Well, you guys are fucking morons.
Dude,
so.
no, I'm not.
Yeah,
the
you
logo
are.
doesn't change colors.
Dude,
I saw him at the gym training on the sit-down fucking bike.
Stop. You fucking loser.
I did fit in 100 wedge shots in a sim.
You go to jail for public indecency, right? Got your 2-inch schmeckle fucking around.
Yeah, that's
You're fucking funny, dude.
Hold on. I think I have to go throw up.
Oh, God, here we go. Hold on. No fucking way is this happening.
boy.
Welcome to the Rather Be Golfing podcast. Not just a golf podcast, just four guys who'd rather be golfing. Carry on.
You see the videos of the guy who's
No.
Oh, they could pitch from both sides of the...
he has like a modified glove that you just
The Yankees did have some kid like that in the farm system many years ago.
The Yankees this, the Yankees
man.
that. The Yankees had an ambidextrous. Yeah, Jim Abbott had one arm. They've had all the best players. Everything goes back to the Yankees.
You're speaking facts right
Kinda.
now.
The Yankees.
Kinda.
The Yankees.
Did you see that on Kennedy's story?
Only like 7 or 8 times.
I'm in your head, bro.
You're not in my head.
I am 100% in your
Juan
head.
Soto is in your head.
I got a text at 3
Who cares
o'clock in the
about
morning
Soto?
from you.
Not,
3 a.m. Jesus.
Whatever, in our group. 3 a.m. Oh,
it was
Like a
the
midnight wait.
Yankees lose.
He's like
I'm
taking a leak
yeah,
when
I'm
he
in your
wakes up
head,
in the middle of the night.
motherfucker.
It was probably 11 p.m.
It wasn't 11 p.m. It was fucking 5 o'clock in the
I
morning.
think going back
Now it's
to
5 o'clock in the morning.
It was probably 7. Going back to work is probably screwed up your clock. You're all messed up.
His circadian rhythm is
Yeah,
I'm gonna call you right now.
telling me that the Yankees are rent free in my head. Meanwhile, the Mets lose one game in fucking what month is it even? Not even April yet.
give the
Now
fuck
it's
a
April, but it wasn't at the time. And you're post sharing.
It doesn't give the time.
Eight
You're so
stories.
lucky.
Yes, it does.
No, it
Gives
doesn't.
it gives the
It says
You gotta
yesterday.
swipe. Really?
it gives,
yeah.
You gotta click on it. It gives the time. Anyway,
Not mine.
yeah, it's because you got a piece of shit droid.
You've posted 4 times the amount of stories you've
Yeah.
had in
Yeah.
your entire
You
life
would've
in the past 4 days.
You would have thought Soto struck out looking with game
He
set
did.
in game
You
7
and your
of the-
fucking $800 million player.
dude. It's one game in the first week of the fucking season. You're like a jealous ex-girlfriend who, you know,
Definitely not. Yankees are better off.
you are. That's what the jealous ex-girlfriend says when she finds out her guy's dating somebody.
I don't know. What's your
They
record
could
and
be
what's the
better
Yankees
off.
The
record?
Yankees
That's
had
you.
3 good games.
I don't
We're
care.
better off. We don't like him anymore. We didn't even want to sign.
Better
You
off.
take him. Meanwhile, you're sharing all these stories. You are. You're like.
Yeah.
You're like you're a chick. You're
And
like
I'm
a chick.
getting to your head.
You're not getting to my
Yes,
head.
I am.
You.
I love it.
First of all, you're embarrassing yourself
How am I embarrassing myself?
because you look like an idiot.
So what? So all the Met fans posting all about Yankees last year was they didn't look like idiots.
I didn't post anything, but I guess it depends. When in the playoffs, it's a little different.
Yes,
It's a little
the
bit
entire
different.
year.
Not the entire year. I challenge you to find one.
Yeah, I don't know if
One,
you knew, but your goal was to make it to the playoffs. You guys made it to the NLCS.
Okay, is that an insult? Is that supposed
No, but like you guys were like, oh, we're now the big brothers of New York.
I think
all that
people
bullshit.
said that after we.
Yeah, but I'm just saying,
Just
like,
Soto.
we've been there every year. And we don't say shit to you guys because you guys are nothing to us.
Oh, nothing to us.
So now all of a sudden, you guys get balls, and it's nonstop from you fucks. It really is. So yes, I will post every single day to piss your ass off.
You and your cheating
I just
dad.
want to make sure that you know that
I'll
you're.
toast to that.
I just want to make sure that you're aware that you're embarrassing yourself.
Okay. How
How many followers do you have?
many followers?
How
do
many
I have?
followers do you have? Yes.
15.
I don't know.
Send the torpedoes.
What, like 200 or something? I was a genuine
200?
question.
I don't know.
You have no
look it
idea?
up? How many followers? What, on Instagram?
Whatever. However many they are, that's how many people think you're stupid.
Okay.
You
Oh, that's where you're going.
story.
That took way too long. You really want to know though?
I thought maybe you know off the top of your head. I
I
don't.
kind of want to know. I kind of want to know though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
You want the world to know that?
I-
you might want to.
I have 641.
Wow.
Oh, that's actually pretty good.
That's a
bad.
lot.
Yeah.
That's
Look at
more
you.
than I have. How many of those are
Bots.
real people?
Yeah. I don't know. Following me? I didn't make them follow me. What do you mean?
He
How many
paid
of those
for
are real
500
people?
followers.
Yeah, I paid for.
I said,
Yeah,
how
for the
many are real
bots?
people? I don't know, man. Whatever.
I know you don't know.
Okay,
You don't
we'll
know a
see.
lot.
Right now,
You want to do a follower count?
Fucking
How many
great.
followers you got,
I
Sean?
don't have that many followers. I've got like less than 200.
Ooh. Ouch.
I have 641 people that think I'm stupid.
hmm
More than that, I'm sure. But
Definitely more than that.
So there you go.
I mean,
Good joke.
There's a lot of people that unfollowed you for how stupid you are, so
Mhm.
there's a lot.
Big Yankees guy.
I'm going to unfollow you.
Kobe even said he was like, you know, he really kind of makes all of
I
us
did
look
it on
bad when he does
purpose.
this
If you don't
stuff.
think, if you
I
don't
was
think
like,
I did
you
it
do-
on purpose,
You know, people who do shit like that, that's the reason why I have no respect for the Yankees fan base in whole. You know, then you've got more level-headed people over here who actually have a logical perspective.
oh my god,
You know,
oh my god, oh my god.
some degree of reasonableness.
Obviously, you don't listen to what he says half the time.
I do listen.
You're saying he's not level-headed?
I'm saying he pretty much agrees with everything we've said over the last how many months.
Do you agree?
Do I agree with everything he said?
Yes.
About
Not
the
everything,
Mets
no.
and the Yankees. Yes. What do you mean?
Oh, well, I mean,
Yeah,
right
in
now,
regards,
who cares? It's
I'm
the
just
first week of the
posting it and it's
season.
pissing him off.
Oh yeah, like I don't.
Yeah, I know you
don't
wouldn't do
care
that.
to
I did.
It's
Yeah.
not. It's
So,
not,
therefore-
it's not
Silly.
pissing me off. I'm pissed off. I feel bad for you. I'm
For
concerned.
posting on Instagram,
concerned
like
about-
what? I don't get where you're getting at
I'm
with
concerned about your own.
this. I did it once in I don't know how many years. I never
I'm just looking out for you. You know, I don't want you to look stupid.
for posting 4 times in one day.
It's just the quality of the content. You know, you're just sharing.
I just shared something.
You know,
The quality of the content. I
These guys
shared.
could have their own podcast, just
They
going
can.
back and forth.
I go to them that made the post. I just shared it.
They're
Who's
idiots
that?
too.
Who made the post? You posted it.
You shared.
Yeah, I didn't
somebody
create
else's
it.
post.
Oh.
I shared 4 of somebody else's posts.
Look, the fact
With
of the,
dumb comments on them.
the fact of the matter is, it's
Oh,
today's
you
You
April.
did add your own text.
I did.
though.
I did. That was for him.
It's all for me. It's all for me.
It was.
The fact of the matter is, it's
Actually, it wasn't all just for you.
It's
There's some Met fans
it's
out there
April
that
2nd.
I had a lot of like DMs.
It's
like,
April
oh, what do
2nd.
you-"
If the
And
Yankees
I'm like, trust me, it's not for you. Don't worry.
if the Yankees got swept their first series, I wouldn't have said a word. Much
Oh
less.
my god! No
I wouldn't have.
way.
Not to mention the fact that they're cheating.
Wait, hold on.
That's
Do you think that's
no
true?
chance. No.
Thank you.
He might not have.
He wouldn't have posted on it, but he would have
things,
like
But he would 100% be
he would have
chirping us.
posted
Yeah.
our group
Absolutely.
going, aha,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Okay, but it would have been
1000%.
it would have been in jest. I would have known that 3 games the first month of the season don't matter.
Well, I think
If-
he knows that too.
If
I
the
don't
Mets
know.
were
I don't know
4-0
if he
and the
does.
Yankees didn't win a game, there's no shot you would have been silent. No fucking shot.
I might have gave you a little jab
Yeah.
on the
No
podcast,
way.
but I wouldn't have,
Wait, bro.
I wouldn't have acted like anything had been decided. Like
Oh my god.
it doesn't
dude.
matter
No,
right now.
I totally disagree.
I would have said something on the podcast. I might have made.
Yeah, it's,
I might have cracked a little joke or whatever.
a little
A
joke,
little-
bro.
oh
I
my
think
God.
you would have maybe
You
had
would
a
have
few minutes
piled
worth of
on.
commentary for that.
you too.
Huh?
You would have too, definitely.
Maybe a
Both
little
of you.
bit. Him.
So him more.
definitely
Yeah,
him.
definitely him more.
Yes, dude. You're one of the Mets fans who are playing
Yeah.
the trumpets,
Mhm.
planning the parade
Yep.
before the season starts.
That's not
Soto
true.
is God.
Yes, it is.
Hold on.
We're going to win the
Excuse
World
me,
Series
excuse me.
next year.
I have no delusions of grandeur. I know that the Mets are.
Oh my god.
They don't.
Get out of here.
I don't have any. I've learned not to have any expectations at the start of the season because
All
I've
right.
never experienced success.
know.
Really,
Time out.
I think we could find
After
some clips
last
from
year-
a few episodes
I
ago.
don't.
that
I mean,
say
I-
otherwise.
After last year, how you guys finished, you were excited going
listen.
into this year
I'm
with
exci-
Soto.
Why would I not be excited? But I never acted like
That's our point.
they had won the World Series already. I never even said.
Oh
that
my
I
god, we
expect
need to
them win
rewind the
World Series.
tape.
I never said that. And if I did, why would I? Why would I not admit it now?
We're clipping.
What has changed?
We got to
'Cause they-
find some kind
because
of
they
clip.
lost 3 out of their first 4, or whatever, 3 out of their first 5 games. What has changed that I would change my opinion now? If that's what I thought, why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I?
Because now the games have
Yeah,
started.
because
You gotta-
they've started and
yeah,
you're not doing as well as
You
you
got to
thought.
back off a little bit.
With the Mets, you just have to look back to last year, how they started last year. You know?
They're very good opening.
I can't. I can't.
They've won the last how many opening days, right?
Yeah, but dude, not last year. They were like 0-15.
They were terrible.
Yeah, they were terrible.
I can't be hopeful or excited at the possibility that maybe they'll contend for a World Series. That's not allowed. I never said that they're going to win. It's an uphill battle. It's as much as it is for the fucking Yankees. Who's going to beat the Dodgers? But why shouldn't I be excited that they've actually put together a competitive roster?
Because the first words out of your mouth were the Yankees are going to be worse than the Mets this year.
They very well might.
that was
Could be.
that was your thought though.
So
You're like
We didn't know about the bats, bro.
we didn't know about the bats. That's
a lot of
whole
people
other
didn't know
thing.
about the bats.
And
let me guess, you're another they're cheating.
I'm not going to say they're cheating because it's not against.
It's
the
not
rules.
just the Met.
Yeah.
It's not just the Yankees.
It's not.
Well,
That's
Especially now.
part of the media. It was played up. Oh my god, look at all these bats. Now all these other guys have the bats. They
Well,
did have the bats already.
They did have the
Other
bats.
guys were using
I'm not
them.
going to say it's cheating because everybody's allowed to have
There
them.
were
But it is. They are playing on uneven footing.
How's it uneven?
How?
You can use the bat
There's
tomorrow.
been players
Yeah,
last year
but
that
they
used
still-
them, right?
Do they have?
And well,
Go
here,
ahead.
right? They've used them in spring training this year, and only because the Yankees did so well with them are people realizing what they're doing.
And only a few guys are using. It doesn't work for everybody, or maybe it's not best fitted for everybody.
Listen, it's pretty obvious. If their second game of the season or first game of the season, they tie the franchise record for home runs in a
Not
game.
it wasn't all home runs
I
from
don't think that's
torpedo
a
bats.
coincidence. You
Yeah.
know, they
It wasn't.
it's pretty
What are you
clear that it
talking
gives
about?
them a
Not
competitive
every-
advantage.
Not
Guy
every
up
guy
and
who
down
hit
the
a home
lineup
run
has
hit a
those
torpedo
bats.
bat.
Whatever. It's
It's
an
not every
advantage.
guy using the bat. Do you think that?
I don't know.
It's not,
Why not then?
because the bat doesn't benefit.
Not even half the
everybody.
lineup using those bats.
It depends where you hit the ball in the
Yeah.
barrel.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know
I
about
don't know.
that.
Do you think they're going to outlaw them?
I don't.
No,
think
I think
so.
MLB, if it adds to the offense, MLB
Yeah, I
is
think
all about
MLB is
offense.
all
It's
about
not-
offense.
They're not going to.
Yeah.
What about
ban it.
what about the pitchers though?
They don't care about
What
the
about
pitchers.
them? They don't give it. Yeah.
Look what they did to the baseballs.
They really care that, but if
They tried
were,
to.
if they were
They juiced them up
Yeah,
a
they
while
They
juiced
didn't,
ago.
them
care,
up,
they didn't
and
care about guys doing
that's when they hit the
steroids,
record
bro.
of most
They're not
home
gonna care
runs in
about
a
now,
pitchers.
why don't-
season.
you know,
Now the pitchers,
Now-
it's hard for them to get grip on
Yeah.
the baseball.
Yeah.
They don't care about pitchers.
They don't
but
care.
Remember-
they started enforcing all of these rules to protect the pitchers.
Or remember when they were talking about
Steroids
moving the
and,
mounds
you know,
back too? I remember that.
Like, why? If they didn't care about the pitchers, then how come they've
What?
Like regulated all of these different areas of the game to protect the pitchers? Like, you know,
like
like
what?
what?
Taking
What are you
spider
saying?
tack away?
like
Yeah.
testing for steroids and
Testing for steroids.
everybody.
That's for everybody. That's not particularly
Mm,
against pitchers.
True, but
or
I guess-
batters.
yeah, I guess you're right about that.
So they're adding torpedo bats and they're taking
They
away
took away the
spider
ability
tack.
for the pitchers to throw the ball, like spin rates,
Yeah.
control.
It's a
No
hitter's.
tack, you can't do anything.
it's so crazy.
They've
that-
limited
It's a hitter's game now.
There's the pitch clock. I mean, which makes everybody get going, but I would argue maybe it hurts a pitcher more.
You know what's interesting is that pitchers, even without steroids and without whatever else, they go to the mound and they check to make sure there's no foreign substances. They all throw so much harder than they did 20 years ago.
Bigger,
Oh, yeah.
stronger,
Everybody's
faster
just evolved.
nowadays.
I mean, now it's your job to pitch every single day, all the time, year round.
Like
They're working on it.
There was nobody hitting.
I mean,
In the
Nolan,
60s,
Nolan Ryan,
He was,
They're saying-
he was really the only one.
they're saying he would throw like 107.
Randy Johnson. He was not really that far.
Randy Johnson, but he was like a hard thrower. Randy
Yeah.
Johnson, and he was throwing like 97. Now 97 is like
it's
middle of
nothing.
the road.
Yeah.
for,
Yeah, that's
for
true.
a starter. It's definitely evolved. You didn't really see any guys hitting 3 digits.
No,
especially
even a few years
especially
ago.
starters. I mean, Syndergaard was like one of the
Mhm.
big starters to actually start throwing 100 like all game.
Yeah. Now
And
it's
he
like,
fucking burned.
No,
it.
there's at least one
It was
guy in
mainly-
the team now. I feel like.
mainly relievers. Like when Chapman first came up,
Yeah,
was a
Chapman.
big deal. He was throwing 100 miles an hour. People were
Mhm.
like, holy shit,
That guy's still
100 miles
fucking
an hour.
How old is that guy?
You still
Yeah,
what?
He's still going.
Yeah.
Oh,
Still throwing over 100. Crazy. Him and his mama.
Oh my
Remember that
god,
video?
that's so weird.
that is
Yeah,
really
I don't know
weird.
what's going on there.
It's classic Yankee behavior.
Oh, God.
Oh, I don't claim that guy.
Is he still in the bigs? He is.
Yeah,
Right? Somewhere.
yep.
He's on Pittsburgh. He was on
I
Pittsburgh.
don't know.
How old is he now?
He's got to be
That's what I said. I'm like
late
Been
30s,
around forever.
late.
late
30s.
30s, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I think he's up there.
This guy's jacked too. He's a fucking monster.
Good genetics.
So we started off. I was talking about the ambidextrous pitcher. He's in the.
37. Damn,
That's it.
Age.
Is he on
He's-
Pittsburgh or
How old is he
He's,
really though?
They
Because
kind of on the Red. Is he
the-
on the Red Sox? He's on the Red Sox.
he could be 45?
yeah, the
He
South-
could be.
the
I
South-
am
the
12.
Dominican. Is he Dominican?
He's Cuban.
Cuban.
Cuban B.
They. You never know. You know, Danny Almonte was 12.
True.
They're always like 2 or
Very
3
true.
years older.
Yeah, he could be 40. You never know.
Right? Wasn't that's what they always said about Albert Pujols
Yep.
as well?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There were a few.
And who was it on the Yankees? El Duque? Wasn't he like a freak?
Oh,
Didn't he?
yeah, I remember
He was
that,
age
yeah.
scale. He was legitimately
Was
older.
Was it El Duque? Yeah.
Yeah. I think so, right?
I'm surprised.
Ichiro.
And Pujols retired at 40 technically, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And he was still he was an all-stars last
He was
season.
actually
And part of
45.
that was because of, you know, they wanted him to be an all-star in his
Yeah.
last year, but he hit 20-something home runs. He was still producing. I started off talking about this ambidextrous pitcher. He's in the Mariners organization, and he can throw equally hard. Maybe he favors one arm a little bit, but he, instead of a switch hitter, switch hitter.
He's a switch
Switch
pitcher.
pitcher.
Switch
He's a
pitcher.
switch pitcher, and he has a modified glove with a arm,
Mhm.
the hand slot on either side, and he just changes his.
You could throw like 200 pitches.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Is he a starter
so
or
I don't know.
what are the rules with that? You have to
you have to
obviously,
do it before
before
the
the
bat.
guy gets in the box,
can't-
right?
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
go against the switch
Yeah,
hitter,
no,
they
obviously.
just keep
So-
going back and forth.
So the pitcher has to go first, and then the hitter can allocate which side he's going to hit from, or is it the other way around?
He would probably.
No, I would
Ooh.
imagine the pitcher has to decide first, right?
Yeah.
You just said before the.
The pitcher
guy
has to
gets in the
decide
box.
before the.
I would think
okay.
so.
Yeah,
'Cause
pretty
you can't
crazy
imagine-
though. I saw a
I don't
video of it, and it's so seamless. Like he's warming up, and he throws a pitch with his right hand, and then he switches his glove. But it's so nonchalant that you don't even really realize that he's that both pitches that he threw are with
Mhm.
two different arms.
Yeah,
Like
that's
his motion is the same pretty much on either side. It's
Yeah,
just like a
I mean,
mirror image.
Like I said, the Yankees did this already,
Yankees, yeah.
I don't think it really
Yankees
panned
did
out.
it. Yankees did
but
it.
I've seen it.
I don't know if he'll get to the bigs or not, but it's pretty impressive.
Did you see?
skill set.
Did you see any stats on it on each side, or
I didn't dig that far into it. I am curious though. I will.
I wonder if one side's better than the other?
But could you imagine throwing with your
No,
offhand?
I can't.
I think Jackson might be able to. He's
Mhm.
doing it right now,
Nice.
throwing
There you
balls
go.
around the room.
I don't know if this guy ever threw in the.
Who are you looking
In
up?
the
The
league.
guy? Are you looking up the Yankees?
I'm looking up the Yankees guy.
Of course.
Well, he's the
Course.
first one.
Yeah.
What was his name? Let me look up this-
hate. I love
look
it.
up this
He never. He
gentleman's
played. He was in the Yankees minor league system.
Yeah,
He
pronounce-
never played in the.
name. Pronounce this guy's name for me.
Oh boy. Yeah. No shot.
He's on the Mariners.
Yeah,
Spell it.
Juran Hello, Kichinte,
There's like 6 J's.
Jurrangelo is his first name.
Yeah, that's
and
a
his
tough
last
one.
name is I don't know
Kuta Kinte.
I don't know how to pronounce this.
Sinjinte.
CIJNTJE.
Let me see it.
His real name is John Michael, though. They just call him Giorangelo.
John O'Shea.
Angelo.
Oh, dude, is this the guy you were talking about from Nicaragua?
Yeah, man.
Good to see.
There
you.
he is.
He's actually from Curacao.
Good to see you made it.
Good for you, bud. Came a long way.
Naturally left-handed.
Durangelo?
D'Angelo? That's pretty crazy, though, if you can actually make it into the majors. And
He's from Curacao. You don't really see too many. I was thinking about this the other day. Switch hitting. is
it's
such a-
pronounced Senja.
Yes, they call him Lou.
Senja.
My name is Joe.
Yeah, what the hell? His real name is Jean
He
Michael.
hits 92 while throwing right and left.
Really?
92.
These guys always
Pretty
change their
crazy.
name, like John Carlo. He was
He
Michael.
was Mike.
Mike.
Yeah,
I think it was
but
Mike Stanton.
there was a Mike Stanton though.
Yeah, he was on the Yankees.
Yes.
Of course he was. He was on the Mets too, wasn't he?
I don't think
he was on the Marlins, right?
I think he was on
so.
the
No,
Mets.
he's talking about Mike Stanton, the pitcher.
Yeah, the
I
reliever.
thought the pitcher was on Marlins too, actually.
Oh, maybe I don't
He
know.
could have
I
been.
just remember him from the Yankees. I was thinking about this the other day. Switch hitters were much more prevalent. I feel like. I don't know. In years past, now there's not that many left. I feel like hitters just pick whichever side of the plate that they hit better from, and they focus on that.
Well, there's
How
so
many-
much
How many switch hitters?
there's so much more competition growing up now that like you just gotta hone your game on
Dedicate
one
yourself.
side. Like
Yeah.
these kids don't even play other sports anymore.
Yeah.
They'll just play baseball all year
It's
round.
not good.
Why is it not good?
Travel baseball.
You'll hear a
like-
lot. You'll hear a lot of like pros say that's having a kid play all 3, sports in high school, multiple sports in high school is the way to go.
I think it's definitely more beneficial to play more sports.
yeah,
For who?
The player.
yeah, the
Yeah.
player.
Expose yourself to more stuff. I don't know. Increase
Yeah,
your
it's just
athletic
like
ability
yeah,
overall.
exactly.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people do, but the guys
At an earlier age,
who are
obviously, at some
taking
point you have
baseball
to.
more
At some point, you have to
seriously.
specify. When you've determined that this
I'd say high
is
school.
what you're really, really good at.
High school, and then when you're out of high school, then you could pick the one. That's what I would say.
When you're out of high school, at some point,
If you
you're
get a
gonna-
chance to
at some
play
point, you're
on
going to get a.
other.
But
If
you're
you're
saying,
if you're
saying
elite,
it's
you're
so
going to get a.
competitive now. you kind of.
And I'm not saying during the summer. During the
Yeah.
summer, you're going to focus on the one.
No, it's
the one-
competitive now, but I mean, in the beginning, when you're a kid, like let's say less than 10 or 12,
Oh, yeah.
you should play everything.
Yeah, I feel like they'll just get burnt out.
Mhm.
It becomes not fun when you're a kid. You should be at least enjoying yourself.
Yeah, I guess I agree.
I mean, it's different in New York, in New York too, because we have seasons. Like these guys are playing down south.
Yeah, it's
They
constantly
could
nice.
just
out.
play all the time.
Mhm.
But even up here, like the travel teams are crazy. It's like my kid's gonna make it big. Let's
Yeah.
fucking travel everywhere.
Yeah, it's
Well, that's just
Parent
there's
mentality.
teams and leagues like stealing your money, selling you a
Yeah.
dream. And obviously, listen, you hope for the best, but like statistically,
I think it has a lot to do with, like
Your
you said,
kid's not gonna-
parents too.
I mean, I played like Williamsport. That was like
Yeah.
the only travel
Yeah.
team. But even when I got into like high school and stuff like that, they're like, "Oh, you're playing travel baseball?" I'm like, "No,
No, it's
I'm
just
doing other
Williamsport.
shit."
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
It hurts you now. Like the coach like look down on that if you're not playing more baseball.
No.
I'm telling you,
In high school,
in high school, yeah.
all right, maybe in like a bigger school, but not like Islip. No way.
I went to East Islip.
well, if
Yeah, but
there's
because
if there's
they're-
other guys
they were
who
twice
are,
the size.
I didn't even make the team. That's probably why.
if there's other
Yeah,
guys who are
100%.
focused on
Mm.
baseball, though, they're getting more reps in. Aren't they gonna? I don't know.
The East Islip
Be better.
baseball team
Be
is
crafting
nasty.
that. Yeah, aren't
I
they
know,
gonna
they
be
were good.
better? I mean, obviously, it's not going to be across the board, but you would think that they would be a little bit more refined in general, right?
Yeah.
I don't think it's outrageous for a coach to maybe not use that as a baseline or fully lean on that, but at least assess it in some regard or consider
I
it.
don't know. I think you just become a better athlete if you play different sports. I don't know. Your body becomes more.
When you're younger and you're developing, I think that's
Mhm.
the case. But once you get to a certain age, I don't know though, because you see, like Patrick Mahomes played baseball and football. Like a lot of guys, I think a lot of guys excelled in multiple sports in high school who are at the top of their game right now. So maybe you're right.
LeBron, right? Didn't he play football in high
He
school?
played football, yeah, but
Yeah, but like
It's a
maybe
little
the
bit
freak
different.
athletes
yeah,
too.
a
Like,
guy
Yeah,
who's
there's a
like
very
6'7",
small
built like
exception.
a truck. Like, yeah, he could probably get away with.
Yeah, who was it? Tight end, Chargers, Antonio Gates,
Yeah,
right? He was like a really good.
Played
he was
college
college
basketball,
basketball. Yeah, he played UNC.
Gronkowski, he played basketball too.
he did.
I'm saying Antonio Gates though was
Yeah, he did.
NCAA
There's
basketball
another.
Jimmy
team
Graham?
and a Hall of Fame
He played Division
tight
One.
end.
look at Russell Wilson. He got drafted by your
Yeah,
Yankees.
he's drafted by the
A lot of guys,
exactly.
Kyler Murray.
a lot of football players and a lot of quarterbacks got drafted. In baseball, I think Tom Brady got drafted.
Did he?
I think so.
Mm.
Baseball, really?
I think he did. In like the, how many rounds do they have in the baseball draft? It's like
Oh, it's like
shit
like
ton.
150.
Yeah.
It's like you
Probably
can be
20,
picked like
30 rounds.
1500th. That's what it feels like.
Crazy.
You get
I mean,
a call like a
but
week
a quarterback
later.
is typically going to be, is a
You make your
an
money
athlete,
right
a
now
good
too.
athlete.
Like if you go to football, you make your money right now. Like
Yeah.
baseball, it could take.
Yeah.
Years, dude.
Yes. And the team's in control of you for 6 or 7 years before you actually start making, significant money. Whereas
If you can
Go to
get
the NFL,
drafted
you're
in
making-
the NFL, that's your best draft.
you're a top 10 draft pick, you're going to make $30 million right off the
Yeah.
bat.
If you're not worried about getting hurt.
Yeah, Brady.
Or NIL money now makes it totally different.
Well,
Brady was drafted in the 18th round of the 1995 MLB draft by the Montreal Expos.
Wow, that's interesting. As a pitcher,
I don't think so. Catcher. Left-hand hitting catcher.
wow.
And his quarterback buddy too, Drew Stanton.
Imagine that.
He was a Yankee, yeah.
Yeah, he was a Yankee.
Wait, Drew Stanton or Drew
No.
Henson?
Drew Henson.
Drew
Henson?
Drew Henson was a Yankee. He was a Michigan quarterback.
Yeah, his
He got
baseball
drafted.
Oh,
career-
Drew Henson.
His
Drew
baseball
Henson.
career fizzled out, right?
Yeah.
So ex-golf, right?
So you're
Let's
wait,
go.
hold on. You're saying that Tom Brady could have been drafted in the MLB
He was.
and then not ruin my life as a Jet fan for all those years?
He could have.
Yeah, good possibility.
Damn it. Oh, that one little small decision.
I don't think it was
Ah.
a small decision. He wasn't good enough.
I mean,
He got drafted.
yeah, all right.
He's
that's
but
actually a
in
big
what round,
decision
though?
because he got drafted late
He
in the
got drafted
NFL draft.
in the
Yeah,
18th
that's true.
round. Like, you know,
I mean, he could
lot of
always
18th
fall
round
back on
baseball.
baseball too. If he didn't work out
Yeah, I
in
think-
football,
I
you
feel
could
like
always
that's a
fall
lot of-
back.
That's true.
God,
But it worked out for him.
imagine. Oh my God,
Your life could be so much different.
so much different.
You could still be a fan of the shitty Jets, but you just wouldn't have to hate Tom Brady. That'd be the only
Yes.
difference.
Yeah, we my kid, and they still probably fucking shitty.
So you're still banned from X golf. You're not allowed to show
Yeah,
up.
very
Oh, I
much
heard.
so
I heard you
bad.
guys destroyed.
615
Destroy.
players get drafted every year in the MLB
Yeah,
draft.
it's a lot.
Oh.
All right, sorry, that's the last.
And then they have like another draft. It's like the year 5.
Yeah,
Five, like-
supplemental draft.
Yeah,
or whatever.
supplemental.
All right, yeah, X golf. I thought you were gonna show up. You didn't show up. Were you supposed to show up?
You guys are crushing without me.
Well, he's banned now.
Yeah.
You are banned. Yeah, we can't change anything now. It's going pretty well.
We're
I'll
in the
come for the
championship,
finals.
boys.
In the ship,
It's been relatively stress free so far.
trying to go back to back.
Not gonna lie, I wouldn't say stress free.
No,
Well,
definitely not stress free.
Relatively
I'm like,
speaking, I
when
mean,
you're playing these guys like live, 3-on-3, it's pretty stressful.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna say stress free, but I don't think
Towards the end,
we-
like,
I mean,
don't think
player
we-
of the year, no stress, obviously.
stress,
you know,
you know.
different life,
It's
different, just a different stratosphere he's in.
He lived up to his name.
Yeah.
I've been playing pretty well, yeah, in the sim.
Look at him. Look at that shitty.
You know
right
what?
there.
That's what I do. I get shit done.
He might have to stay in the sim now.
I know.
Outdoor.
That's why I had to specify it in the sim. You know,
It's true.
He's going to become a professional sim golfer.
Yeah.
I'm a sim pro.
All of a sudden, he could putt in the sim.
Depends on the day.
you should do that. X golf tournaments, bro. You go pro.
Yeah.
Probably make a
You might make a living.
pretty good
Yeah,
living.
possibly.
Hustling at different sim.
Just showing up at different X golf venues.
We got
When
the
it-
Masters tournament
Yeah.
that week.
When is this Masters event?
What is it? Late April?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you playing?
End of
it?
April.
You're playing it? You know?
I think I'll play.
So what is it? It's you can win money?
I think so.
Oh, Rip said,
Cash prize. Cash money.
"You're so in." Who are you kidding?
He's 100%.
He's
Yeah.
thinking about this like he's not going to do
I
it.
mean, I'm the player of the year. I got it.
What?
Right?
Player of the year.
Player of the year, yeah.
God, I think.
Got to do it.
Shouldn't you get like a free bid?
Is it at Augusta?
No, I don't think so. I don't
Wow.
think they have Augusta. They probably need like
Probably don't
special
have the
rights for
to
that.
Augusta. Yeah, that's
Oh,
supposed
yeah,
that
that's
costs
true.
extra money. You're playing at the Fuji
Yeah.
Beach back
Fuji
9
Beach.
again, probably.
Yeah, it's always these weird exotic
Places I've never heard of. But
Yeah.
they're cool.
Yeah, it's been fun. I don't think we've trailed in a match yet. That's what I
No.
mean by stress free.
True.
I guess so, yeah.
The last match we jumped out to an early lead and they kind of made it a match at the end, but there was never.
Yeah, if I didn't fuck up, we both fucked up on a second to last hole
Yeah.
last week. Pretty badly.
Yes, that wasn't great.
Your driver's been fucking lights out.
I've been playing pretty good all around. My putting is hit or miss, depends on the day. But yeah, my driver's been pretty.
You guys
good.
played the Bogeymen this past week.
Yes.
I think that was the one I was there for when you guys played them last time.
Could have been.
It's possible.
They had two different.
Yeah, they were all
guys,
like
though,
8
right?
to 10
Yeah,
handicap. Yeah,
uh-huh.
yep, that was them.
Mhm.
The one guy, Frank, was that his name?
Yeah, you won the closest to the pin when I was there.
I don't remember. Did he? Anyway, he was getting a little heated, smashing the club and whatnot.
Was that guy?
Yeah.
Wait, Mike? Was that the guy I was
Mike,
playing?
yeah,
Mike.
He
Mike.
smashed his club.
Yeah, he was like smashing his
once.
club on the ground and stuff.
Just one.
Rough hole, bro.
Yeah, bed hole.
Bad hole.
But-
Yeah.
It's got to be frustrating knowing you're going home. That's what we do.
I gotta try to figure out my
Going
driver.
home.
Even though my 3 hybrids been killing.
Dude, the
me.
hybrid's working. I don't know. You don't have to switch anything.
Yeah,
You're still out
No,
driving
but
everybody.
It'd be fucking nice to have the driver in a bit.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Crushing at 265, bro.
it's sim,
Still. Real life.
Sim.
real life sim.
He's still smoking it. I don't hit it that far with my driver in the sim. Usually. Well, last week maybe a few times.
Did a couple times.
Yeah, you were striping it the other day.
So it's been a while since we've done the pod. I don't think have we done it since the
Been
playoffs
like-
started.
It's been like 10 days.
Oh no, we did it after the first round of the playoffs.
Of what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did we?
Yeah, we dismantled
Yes.
the Hundy boys. and then we,
Dismantled.
Wow.
Dismantled. I don't know.
well, whatever. We defeated them. It was a well contested match. I'm not saying it. I'm just
Be gracious.
recapping our path to championship.
Yeah.
Final.
We had a rematch from the final week of the season against the Hundy Boys where we actually lost, I think.
Yes,
Yeah,
the last
we lost
week
Came
of
back for
regular
vengeance.
season. Mhm.
Beat them.
I remember that you guys were talking a big game with that. Get revenging.
Yeah,
They
I
lost.
mean that was a tough week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
We didn't want to lose
They-
going into
they
the
didn't have the
playoffs.
top guy for the playoffs though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it was kind of
Questionable lineup.
Questionable
Super
lineup.
Mario
and then
was
and you
partying.
and you knocked him out in the first round.
Yeah,
Oh, they probably gave him so much shit.
I don't know. I don't know whose choice it was.
Yeah.
I don't think it was the guy that the best player. I don't know.
Somebody took themselves out of the lineup, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I was hearing.
Yeah. That's what.
Oh,
That's what the rumor is.
What are you going to
Who
do?
knows?
And
So I
then-
played the guy he played. Then he played the guy Kobe played.
mhm.
Then the other guy was like a
MIA.
12 handicap.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was struggling. I don't think he was ready for the pressure.
Would you beat that one hole? I'm like, the guy gets a 9. I'm like, oh, stress
yeah.
free for Kobe.
Yeah, no, I got I barely
Kobe gets
beat
an
him.
8.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's was that
so
hole that
bad.
I was there for?
No, you weren't.
You weren't there,
You weren't there
bro.
for that match,
when he
bro.
went into the woods, and then
No, you weren't there for this match.
no, I know,
We're
but
talking
when
about.
I was there, one of the last holes when he left.
We're not talking about.
I
Playing those
understand
same
that, but
guys.
It's the same thing though. Like it was pressure free
Oh, okay.
when he was in the
Gotcha.
woods, and you lost.
Gotcha.
You ended up
Yeah.
losing the hole.
Shawnee wasn't there.
I don't know,
Take us
man.
to
I don't
the
know what you're talking
fair.
about right now.
Sometimes you don't make a lot of sense.
The only fucking match I was there.
What do you?
Does that make sense?
No, the final hole, the
It's
match
like
I had
4
to leave.
weeks ago.
The
He
only
had to
match
leave
I was
early.
there
2
months
Why
ago.
are you even talking about that?
was
That
the
was-
same when he left. He had a pressure free last hole.
Yeah.
And still fucked it up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's
that
my
hole. I do
analogy.
recall that hole that
Yes.
you're talking about now.
We're
Yeah,
supposed
sure.
to remember this random hole
My
from 4
God,
weeks
no,
ago.
it wasn't that
Oh,
big of a
I'm
deal.
surprised
You were like,
remember. You were
oh,
drinking.
huh? So you do all the time. Huh? I don't remember. Huh?
I'm waiting for that to give way.
I know. It's not an armrest, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Did it all last spot.
It's
Comfortable.
weaker now.
Comfortable.
I don't think the shear strength on that bolt is too high.
This guy just swings his arm around.
Like a
Like, he puts
buffoon.
his beers there. I'm like, you got a little shelf right there. You
I
can
don't
put on,
think
you
it's
can just lean on it.
reinforced. Need structural reinforcements
Definitely not
to
made of
support, to support
titanium.
that for. Anyway,
So, championship
Next,
championship.
next Monday.
Job's not finished.
Job not finished.
Job done?
Job
I don't
done.
think so.
Nope.
do you think we're playing the back 9 of that course? I want to find out.
Wait, did we play the front 9 the prior week? It was a
Yes.
different course?
Hmm?
The last 2 weeks we're not at the same course back
No.
and front? No? Okay.
It's not up because he
Is it
posted
not
the
up? I
results.
haven't looked.
He posted
He
the
did-
results. for your
No, because we played Fuji 2 weeks ago, right?
Okay, you're
And
right.
this was
yeah,
the
yeah.
Area Country
Fuji.
Club or whatever?
Yes. Yeah.
Aria.
Aria. Yeah.
Yeah, different course.
Is it you looked
Well,
it up?
No,
Does it
actually,
say?
Hold on a second.
It doesn't say it.
We're playing. It doesn't say it. No,
Keep it a secret.
we're playing the Birdie Bunch, who we played week 1.
We did.
Yes.
You intimidated Alan.
And
Oh,
you
that's
took
right.
yes, you said something week 1 and then you also beat the other guy for player of the year.
I did.
You got Matt.
Oh, wow.
Alan's
So
son.
Alan's son, yeah, he's looking to take vengeance on you. So watch out.
You better bring your A game.
Wow.
Bring
I
it.
thought that guy Matt was a better than a 7 handicap.
Yeah,
too.
definitely.
But he is. It's
He
two,
is still a
two
7.
7s and an 8 we're
Yeah.
playing.
Why do you think?
Alan and Matt are 7, and
based
the guy
on
David.
when we played them, based on what you saw.
Yeah.
Wait. So it means
And
you guys are getting
David's
strokes,
an 8.
right?
No, we're
This past
getting
week he shot a 41.
Who,
Not
Matt?
bad, yeah.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
We shot 39s with one blow up, a lot of triple.
Yeah. It's going to be a tough matchup. They're a
That's-
good team. They're the first place team. They're good.
I'm debating whether or not I want to acknowledge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, should I do it? They're not going to listen, right?
No.
What are you worried about?
No.
Just say it.
No.
If it's bad, I'll take it out.
He wants to talk about the story about the guy in the bathroom.
Yeah, bring it up.
He's not going to listen. I won't say his name, mostly because I don't know it. But
Oh, shit.
Here we go.
He's on the Birdie Bunch.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
on the
shit.
team we're playing.
Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
there's a little extra to play for here because, all right, so I was taking my pregame leak, getting ready for the match last week, and this gentleman, there's only 2 urinals in the bathroom. It's a pretty small bathroom.
Sure.
He shows up at the urinal next to me. First, he hawks a loogie in the urinal. Fine, you know. Then
Doing guy stuff.
He's closer to me than you are right now.
God.
He rips ass. Usually if I fart, in the
You guys are
bathroom,
best friends.
well, I might snicker or giggle a little bit, and it'll be a funny thing. He didn't make a sound. It's like it didn't happen. And then, to add insult to injury, he doesn't flush, and he just walks out of the bathroom without washing his hands. I feel like any one of those 4 things, like, is.
I mean, you don't have
excusable.
to flush at that urinal.
No, you don't. But I was just looking for things. Anyone? Oh, no, there's a button. You're supposed to flush at the urinal.
No, it's automatic. You don't have to.
It wasn't. There was no flush, and then I
Well,
looked to make sure it
It's
wasn't.
supposed to be automatic.
I looked to see, and I saw the button on top.
Yeah, but if it's I'm not touching it if it's automatic.
Yeah, I think that button
Why
is
is the
for
button there
if it
it's
doesn't.
automatic? I don't think there's a button if it's automatic. If it's automatic. There's
Yeah,
usually
they have
a
an
sensor.
extra button too. If the
Yeah, there's
sensor-
like a manual, like an override.
Wasn't automatic. Okay.
it was automatic.
One
Get
of
it
those
tested next
things I
week.
feel like you could get away with. The fart, the loogie, not that big of a deal, but all 4 together, kind of fucked up. A little weird. And then we look over.
I have a question.
Wait, all right, please ask it.
Did you stay there pretending to piss until he left?
100%.
No, it all happened so fast. He was in and out in like 25 seconds.
Wow.
I call bullshit.
It took-
on that.
It took why?
I don't know, because I
you
feel
know-
like just because I could see you thinking about all this and be like, I ain't fucking moving from this fucking stall.
I mean, maybe if I wasn't finished, I would have. I don't know.
Not gonna lie, I think he's considerate. He farted in the bathroom. Like
Yeah,
a
right.
shit.
Yeah, he didn't
Right
let
next
it
to
go
me.
inside the.
Where was
playing
he gonna
area.
wait for you to leave?
And then you were the first one to shake his hand.
Do you wait for a guy to leave the bathroom when you're taking a shit?
I do, yeah.
Really?
I can't shit in public. I can't shit when there's like, the pitter patter of
What do you do
feet
at work,
coming
bro?
in and out of the bathroom.
You gotta go. You gotta go.
Is there like single bathrooms when you
Hope
you
he played battleships with the guy in the
Yeah, I
bathroom.
did.
did you?
Yeah. Oh, that guy said he was like,
Yeah.
nice, bro.
No, I had to use the bathroom before our round, and number 2, and
Number 2.
I go and then I flush the toilet immediately thereafter, and this guy next to me, all of a sudden he's like, "Was that a courtesy flush?" And I was like, "I guess." Like, I don't know. It fucking stunk, so I just did it. Flush, and he's like, "Oh man, you're gonna go low today, bro. You deserve it for the courtesy flush." He's like, "What movie is that from?" I'm like, "I don't know." Like his weirdest interaction. And then he gets out and he flushes. He's like, "There's my courtesy flush."
Oh.
He's like, "I'm in Bay 3 if you want to come say hi." I'm not saying hi.
It's pretty funny.
It was weird.
Is this all the same day?
No, this was
Oh,
a few weeks
imagine.
ago.
I mean,
Oh,
usually when I'm taking a shit and like, if someone takes a shit and walks out without washing their hands, that's
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 Yeah,
disgusting.
that's yeah.
So
That's the worst you could. Yeah,
so I always
that's-
check out the shoes.
yeah.
Then I look around. I'm
Oh
like, who the
yeah,
fuck
I ain't
was-
touching his fucking hand.
True.
who's this motherfucker?
Yeah, you're gonna go shake that guy's hand right
no
after the play.
chance.
I should
Oh
go
my
to prison
God.
for that.
Yeah.
Well, now I know who Rip's not shaking.
gross.
So,
It's
So do we shake his hand now?
listen.
definitely not.
No, we can't.
We know too much.
We cannot.
Fist bumps?
Okay.
Elbow bumps?
Not
And then
even elbows.
I look
Elbow
over
bump.
at one point during they were at the adjacent bay,
Yeah.
in the other semifinal match, and he's like eating his fucking finger. He's got his hands in his mouth and shit. After he just
Wow.
didn't wash his hands, And this is the same guy who, the first week, he pressed the, when it shows you the line of the putt.
Yeah.
And you're not supposed to press that because it's kind of like using a torpedo bat, cheating.
Oh my God.
He kept doing it, and he's
Whole
like, "Oh,"
different.
and then nobody was saying anything, so he kept doing it. I feel like he just kept doing it every week, and then eventually somebody's like, "Can't fucking do that."
It
You
is
know?
explicitly in the rules that you cannot do that.
You
Let's
know?
see if it happens.
On top of that, it's just
Yeah.
all these things together. I
Well,
don't know about this guy.
Maybe it's like a real golf course. It's not like you wash your hands on a real golf course.
True. If you're outside.
It's trying to simulate a real round.
Yeah.
What is his logic? I didn't flush, so I didn't touch the dirty urinal. Therefore, I don't have to wash my hands because it's like
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah.
Just fucking wash your hands. There's a sink there.
I agree.
I'm clean.
I
Showered.
I know. Most of us, I think, are.
Most of us.
Can't speak for other people.
How?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No, you're not.
Dude, he knew
That's
that
the
was going to
best-
push your
Oh,
buttons.
I know.
It's
Like,
like, just
I know
let
where
it
that was
go.
going. I'm
Like,
like,
no.
let me
You
hear
gotta,
this. Let me hear
you
this.
gotta expect
It's
that.
probably the little shit you have on your shoulder. I don't know what that is, but
I think even you wash your hands from time to time.
Little shit that I have
Every other
on my
day.
shoulder.
Oh.
What a speck
I don't know, dandruff.
Something a little higher, too.
Oh.
here.
So that's that. We've got the championship on Monday.
Job's not done.
Job not
Job's
done.
not
Job
done.
finished. Job not
Did
done.
we beat them in week 1? I can't remember.
Because those scores didn't really get posted until 3 weeks
Yeah,
later.
we didn't really look.
I don't know, but there's a lot riding on this match. We want to win the
We
outing
certainly
to.
do.
We're not thinking
Cold
about the
Spring.
past.
Not worried about the past, only
Now-
the future. Look forward.
These guys, they ended the regular season in first place,
Correct.
and they've made it to the championship. They beat some good teams.
Correct.
But like we said, their handicaps are all kind of middling, 7, 10, 9, whatever. Do you think that they've gotten much better since the establishment of the handicaps? Or do you think maybe
Well,
they just play well? In
They
the
could have had a
situation?
handicap beforehand, too.
Yeah.
That's possible too. Do you think that they're better than their handicaps right now, is what I'm saying?
Well, if you're shooting 41 and you're a 7 handicap, yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to be tough to beat.
Yes.
Yeah, the handicaps really haven't changed much this
I give that
throughout
guy
the season.
fucking 6 strokes.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. What are you, 1?
Yeah.
It is going to be tough.
It's definitely going to be tough. It's harder to beat guys when you're given, several strokes.
What are you, a 4?
Wow.
So I think you'll be all right. We're going to be tough. It's going to be tough.
Yeah. And
But every time I've been playing guys who are like 11 or 12.
Yeah, that's
so-
Question.
we have played
Tough.
higher handicappers, but they're not shooting 41.
Question.
They're shooting like 50.
You guys getting there early, did that help?
I think so.
I mean, I wish we picked the right course to
I know.
play, but
Yeah.
Are you
Next
gonna-
time we'll do a little extra recon and
Will
look
you
at the
do that
board
again?
before we play.
Will you do that again?
Yeah, why not? I think it works.
I'll go early.
Yeah.
He,
think if it
he couldn't
works,
really
he
show up
couldn't
early,
make it.
but
Yeah, I couldn't really get there.
I just think it's better. I mean, otherwise you get it there at 6:30. You don't feel like you have enough time to like really practice because you got 6 guys who have to use the same
Yeah.
simulator.
I hit my
Warm up.
7 iron like 4 times,
Mm-hmm.
hit a 4 iron a couple times, and hit my driver a couple times, and that's it.
That was it.
And this time I figured out to use my 3 hybrid off the tee, and I was
Yeah.
like crushing it even more. So
That worked out.
There's no prize for runner-up.
I don't believe so.
Win or nothing.
Well, yeah. I mean,
If we win,
We
you
get
get to play the
trip to an outing.
Yeah.
Cold Spring.
At
We get
the,
some beer mugs, I think, and a t-shirt. T-shirts. Maybe we just one t-shirt.
What, no
Rotate
bike?
it.
t-shirt time.
fuck.
No bike. This is a better prize.
well, it's funny. The team we played last week too, they're like, oh, if you win the finals, you get to win a golf outing to a course for members of.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Relax.
Congratulations.
feel
You might
better.
get to go play a course we get
Yeah.
to play all the
Yeah,
time.
And you're about to get
You have a lot
smacked.
more money than I
losers.
do.
You're about to get smacked by non-members.
I'm like, can we get an invite? You want to invite us out?
Come on.
Yeah, right?
They were fun to play. It's
No,
fun
they
to
were
play
cool.
against people like that because
They didn't care.
they were kind of giving us shit a little bit, which is sometimes that's fun. I guess when you're on the winning side a
Yeah.
little more.
Yeah, I was
Yes.
gonna
If
say,
we were
then you
losing, maybe
beat
it
their
wouldn't be
ass.
so fun.
No, we'd be pissed if we were
But
losing.
Yeah, what they talked that shit and then you got smacked by them.
yeah,
You would at least.
but they were. It was all in,
They were
in
cool.
jest.
Yeah.
Like it was
Everyone's
not ill
good sports.
intention.
you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, good guys. So that's that.
That's X golf.
I'm gonna be sad when it's over.
Nice.
Only one more
Good luck,
week,
guys.
Yeah.
Win or lose, it's been a fun ride.
You
Because
can
I'm not
hone your
allowed to
swing
go.
this week, though. You have a upcoming
I do.
Oh,
When
that's
are-
this
when are you
weekend?
leaving?
trip
It's tomorrow,
tomorrow.
Leaving tomorrow.
Wow.
bright and early. 8:45 flight.
Virginia?
Is that
Virginia
what?
Beach?
Do you have
Design.
a carry
What
case?
time is the outing?
He's
Have to borrow
taking
it.
mine.
I was going to say, is that why I saw
Well,
that
now
I
carry
have
case
one. I
outside?
can't find it. What time is it?
You actually play tomorrow. You leave tomorrow,
Yeah.
play tomorrow, come back tomorrow.
It's gonna be no. We stay the night.
That'd be brutal.
Come back
Yeah.
Friday.
Okay.
It's gonna be a little hectic in the morning. I think 12:30 shotgun start.
Okay.
Flight lands at 10:30.
Mm.
It's only
It's gonna be a rush.
a half hour from the
Oh,
airport.
so you're going from the airport
You're going
right
straight
to the...
from the airport?
Yeah,
Wow.
Mhm.
Yee.
gotta wait for the clubs though.
Are you having a little pre-flight or during the flight cocktails? Loosen you up a little bit?
It's fucking 8:45
So
in the
it's a work
morning.
trip.
It's a
on
work
What
trip,
What do you-
brother.
Ah, it's a work
What the
trip.
hell's the matter with you?
What?
Question.
On the course, I will.
Sure.
Well, if his boss offers it,
Yeah, it's
you know,
true.
Sure.
Keep an eye on your boss. If
Yeah.
they
He's
do.
not- he's
You
not-
can't turn it down.
He's not going to offer at 8:30 in the morning.
No, but you just watch him.
If he does, it's a test. I think.
Airports are like international waters. Anything goes.
Yeah, time doesn't exist.
No.
I don't know. I think once we get there, I would, if I had to guess.
Then it's fair game.
So it's just your company going, or you're playing against people from other
No, it's the
companies or
it's
other
a corporate
branches?
outing. There's going to be other companies. It's the aerospace industry or
Okay.
aerospace section of the defense industry.
So you got to take out some Lockheed guys.
Sort of. Yes, Lockheed will be.
Now here's the
represented.
real question.
Do a little
Here's the
networking.
true
Why not?
question. Will you be handing out, or rather be golfing, poker chips?
Probably should.
I don't
Probably
know.
not.
I don't
I
know.
just put him right on the spot.
I don't know
there.
if it's the right setting for that.
All right, give it to your foursome.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
That's a no.
I'll bring them.
That's a definite no.
I'll bring them.
Mark your balls and then leave them. Mark your ball and then like
I'll
chuck it to
bring.
the side.
Listen. I don't want to. You guys are making me all nervous. I've got a lot of. I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself for this.
I could see.
Did you look up the course?
I did.
It's all he's been studying all week. Many people are studying like what to prepare for this meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's studying.
It's because
Studying the
listen, I
course.
don't
He's
really
got a
have
garbage book. He's filling it out.
He's called local caddies. He's like, what do I do from this spot on the course?
What's the weather supposed to be like?
80 degrees, windy.
Oh, beautiful.
18.
Okay.
16, 18.
Is this on the
water?
water or?
Yes, on the water. Pete Dye design, beautiful course.
Pete
It
Dye,
used to be TPC Virginia Beach.
Okay.
Now it's just Virginia Beach National or something.
Tight.
It looks like a lot of water. It looks tough. We're playing in it's a scramble. Teams of 4. There's only 3 of us playing. 4 of us are going, but only 3 are playing golf. So we're already at a disadvantage. And the 2 guys I'm playing with are not really golfers.
Oh.
Do you get to hit the ball twice? Then?
Oh, maybe.
You
I didn't even really think about
You might have
this.
to rotate though.
Yeah, sometimes. No. Usually you could allocate.
That would be good.
You can allocate. You have to rotate the drive. You can allocate one guy to hit 2 times after that.
This is it?
every hole.
Virginia Beach National?
That's it. Yeah.
On scrambles like that, but you have to rotate
every
your
other,
drive.
But every shot after the drive, it's fair.
You can hit two shots every time after the drive.
I still don't know if we'll have a chance. It depends how I play, but that makes me feel a little bit better. But that's even more pressure on me now than there was, and I kind of felt like maybe a lot of this is
Yeah,
in
but
my
think
own
about-
head. But my boss definitely thinks I'm a stick because I played like one.
Yeah, but
When
think
we
about
played
the
together.
putts though. You get 2 shots at it.
The
That's
putting will be
huge.
easier once you see it a bunch of times. Yeah. And obviously you can place it. Like there's not going to be any bad
Yeah.
lies.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's another big thing. So we'll see. I don't know. It depends how low we have to go to.
I mean,
contend.
I think you'll be fine. I think it's way better when you play on a course that's like beautiful, like a beautiful course. I feel like I hit the ball cleaner.
Yeah,
The lies over here are shit,
Mhm.
it's true.
especially this time of year.
It's true.
Oh, also little advice. Ball carries there. Club down. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Ball carries there?
Have you
Yeah,
been-
man.
have you
In
been there?
85-degree weather. It's not cold here. It's freezing here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm aware that it flies further in the heat. Yeah, I will take that under advisement. Thank you for the advice.
You're welcome.
He knows
No,
because he
I'm
only
your caddy,
plays
bro.
in the warm weather.
Yes,
Caddy's staying back here on Long Island. So
thank you.
you're welcome.
Thanks for the heads up.
You should go stowaway.
I
Just
don't
bust,
think he's got a big enough
bust out of a
bag.
suitcase.
Gonna have to pay extra for that
Yeah,
bad
dude.
boy.
Oh my god.
Why is your golf caddy
Like,
keeps
what the
rattling?
fuck is in that thing?
What?
Do you have 2 dead bodies in
Did
there?
your suitcase just fart?
Oh,
God.
man.
So we'll see how that
You'll be
goes.
fine.
I'll report back. in a
Don't
week.
put too much pressure on yourself.
I know.
You
I should, bro.
it's a
Yeah.
fun trip.
I know.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a
I know.
fun
It's
Enjoy yourself.
I don't. But
Don't
I
take us in.
I don't have a like these are not any of my accounts really, so it's not like I have a professional obligation to be there. There will be some potential new business to
Mhm.
network with, which I could maybe contribute in some fashion, but it's not like I have an obligation to speak to any. Usually we go to like a trade show or meeting or something. There's
Yeah.
some kind of it's because the accounts that I deal with are there.
Okay.
This is just purely because of the golf, so I feel like all the more that I'm just going because I'm expected to perform on the golf course.
Got it.
That's so funny.
That's what's putting the pressure on me.
And if the
They
guy
invited you because you're good at
You're there
golf.
for one reason.
and if the guys you're playing with aren't
Maybe,
that
I
good,
don't
you're
know.
gonna look really good anyway.
I guess that's a kind of a catch-22 or glass half full way to look.
Do you know the total amount of people that are going to this?
Yeah, so there's two foursomes on every hole to start.
Wow, there is
so
that
that's got to be
100.
36 groups.
Yeah.
So
There's 144
72,
max
100,
players that can
144.
start
Yep,
on an 18 hole
144.
It's gonna be a long day.
because of me.
Are you gonna
I know
drink?
that
On,
'cause of
are
me.
you gonna drink on the course?
Yeah,
Yeah, hell yeah. It's a fun thing.
yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna,
No, yeah, I wouldn't either.
not gonna
Don't get
drink
boxed.
to the
Yeah.
point of like getting sick or anything like that. But I
Well,
will.
Migo.
Those big the Migo is two foursomes per hole. That's a lot of wait time. That's why you get so
Yeah.
fucked up.
Well, everybody, I'm gonna follow the lead of the other people.
Mhm.
And I think this one guy who's coming with us, he's a Navy veteran. He's like the director of sales. He's he lives in Albany. He works remote up there, but he comes to visit like every couple of weeks or whatever. But I think that he, can put him back.
Oh,
and he's
boy.
like 6'6".
Oh, I can't wait.
You know,
The
he's-
stories
So,
that you're gonna come home with.
So I feel like he might kind of.
Let out the
I might have
dogs.
to keep up with him a little bit, but obviously I've got to, also maintain my composure, mix in sufficient waters, of course.
Yes.
But I think I hold my shit together pretty well. I'm not worried about, being an embarrassment to the
Sometimes.
company or anything like that.
Migo.
Mm,
I remember.
well, Migo, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're a lightweight hanging out with heavyweights.
That's true.
Yeah, you guys are a different breed, I guess.
But a couple tournaments these past 2 weeks. Is Victor back?
No.
He might be. Yeah, that kind of came out of nowhere.
It really did.
I don't know what his betting odds were to start, but they weren't up there because we've been doing this daily fantasy competition week to week, and he was, his salary was probably middle of the
Yeah,
pack
middle of the
or,
way, yeah.
or even lower than that. Like there was not much expected of him this week, and he came out there and showed that he still got some golf left.
Well, he went from number 4 in the world to like 70.
Is that how low he dropped?
I think he dropped that fucking low.
Holy hell,
He didn't win it all last year,
that's quite a drop.
and he won the tour championship 2 years ago. I thought he was going to take off after that. But like even now, his interviews after, he's not confident in his swing.
No, he's not.
Even
He says
still?
that.
No.
Really?
He's
Well,
like,
he says he's working on it.
he's like, this week, the swings still don't feel right, but they just the shots worked out this time.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's pretty. I mean, for a young guy who just won, I guess you kind of like to see that humility. It means that he's not going to be satisfied with the.
Well, I think
I mean,
it's
he's
mostly,
been very open about his swing the past.
he's been changing.
year.
He changed it. That's kind of why he's been
Yeah.
declining.
Hmm.
He's going through like the Max Homa thing. They're all changing their swings.
Well, I don't know what.
I don't get why you change it after you win a tour
I don't either.
championship. Or
Yeah.
I don't either.
I thought his Achilles heel was always his short game.
Yeah, and he fixed that
It was always a
2 years ago.
very good
Yeah,
striker of the
I don't know,
ball.
I'm thinking of Fitzpatrick. He does the cross hands.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Hovland always ranked among the top in
Mm-hmm.
most of the ball striking categories, driving and iron.
Yeah.
Play. I could be wrong. Maybe I mean I must be wrong.
Yeah.
If I felt the need to totally rework.
No,
his swing.
he definitely was.
But yeah, I don't know. But it wasn't a stacked field, but it certainly wasn't a gimme tournament. There were quite a few names
No,
in
definitely
the
not.
field. Rory was in the field, JT, quite a few of the top guys. And who did he hold off? Who else was contending? This is 2 weeks ago, so
trying to remember.
there were a couple of other guys who were not quite on the top.
Oh, Justin Thomas.
Was he?
Oh,
yeah.
He made a big push on Sunday.
He bogeyed the 2 out of the last 3, I
Yeah,
think.
he did. Thomas choked.
Well, could you call it a choke? Because he started the day so far back that
Yeah, but if you bogey
But when you're up
The
there,
last
he
high,
didn't
2 out
know-
of
he
3.
probably didn't even really think he had much of a chance.
at that point, he had the
yeah,
lead.
he was in the lead.
Yeah, but the leaders were still on the front 9. You probably figure that somebody is gonna.
No,
No,
well,
it was
Hov-
towards the end of his round.
I thought that he started Sunday several groups back.
A couple groups, but I think he was only a group behind in front of Hovland.
Really?
Then there was the final group was behind Hovland.
I knew that Hovland.
Yeah,
was,
it wasn't like they weren't 9 holes apart. They were like maybe like 2 or 3.
And if his bunker shot on 18 went like another foot,
Mm-hmm.
they would have went to a playoff, or Hovland would have had to birdie it.
JT has been so Jekyll and Hyde this year. Like
He
he
really
had
has.
that. He had the one round at the Players where he tie the course record. Or broke
I
the
think
course
he's
record?
been
Was it
pretty consistently playing well.
Was it the Players where he
But
tied the course record or broke the course
Yeah.
record or something? But that was just the standalone round in that tournament. Aside from that, he didn't really play great. And then in this, he had 1 or 2 rounds where he.
really, I thought it was.
But
Well,
it's been he's had
well,
like really good
yeah.
rounds or not so good rounds. He can't string.
Well, he
together.
needed to get that to make the cut.
Yeah.
I think he started at like +5 or
Right.
+4.
Yes. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. Hovland, hopefully, be nice to see him start contending again. And JT is another guy. How far you said Hovland fell to 70 around there worldwide. I don't know
Yeah,
how
which-
far JT fell, but
JT.
his descent has been pretty.
He's
steep.
he's ninth.
Thomas?
JT?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
Huh.
Hmm.
Well, I don't. That's weird. I mean, I wonder. I wonder what he was to start the season because I don't know.
JT, I
That's
feel
true.
like
I'm like,
JT
JT had a lot of top 10s this year.
Yeah,
I feel like.
JT hasn't really missed cuts. It's
Got
just
4
he's
top 10s.
never.
Yeah.
You don't ever see him really in contention all that much.
He's played 8 events. It made it cut every time. 4 top 10s, 4 top.
Well, I guess it's
225s,
a
2
former world
runner-ups.
number one.
Well, I
Kind
think Sean's talking more like last year and at the end of
Okay.
last year.
He might have been in like the 20s.
Well, I know that they had to use a captain's pick on him for the. Well, I
Yeah.
guess that's over a year
Yeah.
ago. Last Ryder Cup.
But he had a rough year last year, too.
Yeah, he did have a rough year last year.
Hmm.
But I agree with.
It's looking promising.
I think that's what he's
He
saying.
got rid of Bones this year.
Yeah.
So who's his caddy now?
I don't know his name.
And then this past week, we were just talking about him because he was on Full Swing. Minwoo Lee. What was this tournament called?
Houston Open.
yeah,
Oh, we got to
Shel-
make our picks. Did you guys make your picks yet?
Chilton's-
Not yet.
DraftKings?
Oh, we got to
Forgot
do that.
about
Yeah,
Shell
yeah,
Open or whatever.
Not gonna lie, I thought it was a Valero Texas Open.
I think that
So
was a
my-
couple of weeks ago.
I bet my picks on that on the DraftKings.
Oh, you put him in the wrong place?
No.
Oh, you were like looking up Valero
Yeah,
picks?
I thought it was. I thought it was Valero.
Gotcha.
You do some research. I just kind of like pick
Well,
some guys.
I really didn't do research, but like I thought, and I kind of pictured that golf course in my head, like who could play that well.
yeah.
I was not thinking it was the Houston Open.
Yeah, they're both in Texas.
You could always change it.
Yeah, sure, Texas.
Oh, last week you mean?
Last
Oh,
week,
gotcha.
Yeah, I was very indecisive this week. I think I changed my lineup like 10 times.
Mm.
Didn't work out.
But Minwoo, it looked
Yeah,
like
Minwoo.
he had it locked up pretty much on Sunday. He was like 7 shots ahead or something
Tried to blow it.
to start the day.
Yeah,
I
tried to
don't,
almost
I
gave it
don't know
away.
if he tried to. Well, yeah, 16.
Tried to give
He
it.
hit it in the water and kind of. But Scotty just almost just
Yeah,
like took it.
Robot.
Yeah.
People were talking about him being done because he hasn't been playing quite on Scotty level the last few weeks.
Mhm.
But
I guess he's been fucking in the top 10 every tournament anyway.
I heard them say.
I said I was going to do that bet this year too. Just bet Scotty top 10 and just keep carrying it over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Will he ever not?
It's not too late to start.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not too late to start.
Why did they say like if you had done that the past year, how much you would be up or something?
Yeah, it's like a crazy amount.
Yeah.
Really, all last year.
If people,
But like if you start later in the year, now the
Well,
odds are
flat.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they said when he was coming up 18, the announcers was or somebody said that ridiculous stat like the last year and a half or something like that he's won 30-something% of the tournaments he's entered, like something insane.
Yeah, it's crazy.
These stacked fields on the PGA Tour to win a third of or anything
Yeah.
close to that, a third of
Yeah, it's
Tiger-esque.
a third of your starts. Some of these, yeah, I mean, he's been doing it for a while too. This run that he's on is, I think that it's better than, we've seen similar runs from Brooks and Justin Thomas and Spieth and a bunch of guys in the past.
that's lasted.
I
this
think
long.
that this is
Yeah.
different.
It's the closest we've seen since Tiger. 100%.
We've seen spurts of like, these guys go on runs, but it didn't.
Nothing's
last.
really sustained.
Scotty's been a
And-
lot longer than.
Emotionally, he's so even keel, and he doesn't get too high or too low. I don't really see anything that's any flaw that's gonna cause him to regress like a lot of guys regress. Mentally, he seems so stable.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna help him a lot. I don't see any way that he's gonna. I'm sure he'll go through ebbs and flows a little bit, kind of like we just saw, but
Mhm.
I think he's. I don't know. I think he's like the real deal.
You see him crack up laughing when Min
Yeah,
Yeah,
Min Woo Lee did the aim point.
that was fun.
classic.
that was pretty funny though.
Show
I
him.
thought that was funny.
That was really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seemed like Min might blow it on the last hole too. He pulled his tee shot, and it was kind of in a spot where a lot of forgiving. It seemed like if you hit it in the wrong spot, obviously, but a lot of like forgiveness on the course. I think where you could miss in a certain spot.
He was pretty far left that last drive.
The rough was generally not very deep. Like it didn't matter a lot of spots if you hit it in the rough, but he hit it way left that one hole, on the last hole, and
His approach shot was long.
he might as
right?
well have been in the fairway. And then his approach shot, I think the adrenaline was pumping a little bit, and it was just long. But
The putt that was great.
He hit it
The
to tap. Yeah,
chip
tap.
I've never
Shot-
seen someone
shot
so
was great.
amped up for a lag putt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's his first win, right? On
Yep,
tour.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he got that
Although-
monkey off his back.
Good to
yeah.
see.
I was gonna say all the critics can jump.
Yeah, but
Get off
Scheffler,
his back.
he was a couple groups ahead of him. I think he birdied. I want to say 13, 14, 15, 16.
Something
And
like that.
He
yeah.
parred 17 and 18, but he was putting the pressure on. Like Lee was so far ahead. I don't want to say he thought that he had it, but I'm sure he really felt Scotty breathing down his neck when he saw that he just was making birdie after birdie after birdie.
Yeah, I looked.
You
I
wonder
looked
if he's going to birdie out.
when they were
Scotty was behind him, obviously.
when they had like.
but
a
does he
deep-
even
But
know
you can
that?
still see. You can still
Yeah,
see.
I guess he
They-
He was the one,
yeah.
one group ahead of him.
I looked when they had a
right?
decent amount of holes left. I looked at the FanDuel odds. Minwoo was like minus 2,000 to win, and for having it dwindle all the way down to where I think Scotty, was the favorite at one point.
I was actually thinking about betting Scotty. I put money on Rory. Rory was like plus 1,600 or
Yeah,
something
was
like
it
that.
three back,
But like
three back.
Scott,
Is that your rule?
well, this is actually like mid tournament, so I think Rory was down 3 or 4, like with like 9 holes to
Three
play.
or four back, man. That's
Like,
your,
fuck it. Then, but Scotty was down a shit ton, even more than that.
Yeah, that he was not. Well,
And his odds were like
Yeah,
plus
insane.
600.
Yeah.
I'm like,
oh, what? That's it?
Yeah. I'm like, what
yeah,
the
that's
fuck?
not worth it. That's not.
Rory made a run.
The value's not there.
He finished in the top 10, right? Gary Woodland.
Yeah, good to see that too.
Yeah,
I think that him and Scotty tied for second, right? Only one shot back. So he had a good Sunday. Good to see him back
yeah.
in contention. Obviously, his tribulations were well documented in full swing. I think everyone's cheering for him this year,
Yeah.
and beyond. And what's obviously the Masters is coming up. That's the week after this week,
Correct.
Yes, correct.
and what's this week?
Valero, Texas Open.
Okay,
So my FanDuel's going to be a
It's
legit.
week early.
Texas swing. Yeah, you've had a week and a half to prepare.
To prepare, yeah. You picking the same
The
guys.
same roster.
Well, I can't wait for last week's to be better than this week's. For you.
Yeah. I'm shocked you didn't pick Scotty or Rory.
No.
Went straight to
That's who
Minwoo.
everybody's going to pick.
Who'd you pick?
So what?
Minwoo.
Min Woo,
You didn't pick any
man.
top guy.
He won.
I won.
I
bro.
know, but
Minwoo.
was he? Where was he salary wise?
He was up there, though.
Yeah,
he wasn't
was up
cheap.
there.
He was.
Yeah.
He was like 8,000.
Yeah.
But
High eights.
It's not that high though.
No, it's not. Scotty.
I was trying to
the
build
average
I was trying to
salary is
build
like-
a balanced roster instead of just going heavy
Yeah.
with one of the big dogs.
it's
Yeah.
tough not to pick Scotty
It's
or
tough.
Rory.
It's
too.
not.
I mean,
but
you expect
we're
to
gonna.
win,
That's
so-
most
Like a
likely we're all
guaranteed
gonna
top 10.
Most likely we're all gonna pick them. So it's like to go
Right.
different.
I gotta counter you
It's
guys.
gonna
so.
negate it.
you're accounting for exposure.
It only worked this week, all right? That's it.
It did only work this week. That is correct. So we'll see about that going forward.
We'll see about it going forward. I still have to create the spreadsheet for this.
Yeah, and the results aren't there. Do you remember? Do you have
They're there.
take screenshot?
No,
Oh,
you
they
can-
are?
yeah,
Oh,
you
you can
can
see
look it
the
up,
Yeah.
history.
You
Oh,
see the
Yeah,
article,
you can you can go back and
Gotcha.
look.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only been 2 weeks.
Speaking of betting, you said that your coworker.
Yeah, it didn't go well.
I would imagine not.
March Madness bets.
Oh,
I think.
yeah,
I think you might have won 2 bets. Right?
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah, not great. It's
And-
probably the worst year for it.
Yeah.
of course.
I
The
haven't.
year
I
he
actually.
lost
I
the
haven't
number
seen
one
him
seed,
since then. But
It's unfortunate.
He's gone.
yeah, he's gone.
Yeah,
It went really-
he's in pieces from the Hudson.
Ugh.
What?
Man, that was right. He just went away too. That was right before a trip.
Ugh.
Oof.
But yeah, worst year. Did you see Oz the Mentalist pick the whole fucking thing?
What do you mean?
Is that real?
I don't know.
It can't be.
He picked
put it-
everything right?
He put it in a sealed envelope before
No,
it started.
he didn't pick everything, but he
picked
got
the
he
Final
got
Four?
the Elite Eight right or something.
No, it was the Final Four,
Oh, the Final Four.
and his bracket buster was
Well, it's the
Arkansas
4-1
beating.
He
seeds,
picked,
though.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's the first time that's happened, and God knows when.
I don't think so.
Has it ever
I
happened?
think it happened a couple of years ago.
I don't think it has.
Wait, he got
Okay.
everything right up until the Final Four.
You got the Final Four right.
No, he didn't get every game.
Oh,
right.
just
He
the
picked the
so he
Final
picked the
Four.
right Final Four.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, come on. That's,
That's easy. And he picked Arkansas to beat St. John's.
yeah. St. John's.
That was his bracket buster.
St. John's played all.
2008. This is
That's a
only the
long
second
fucking
time
time.
ever.
Ever.
Really?
Easy.
I'm not gonna say easy, but I think it's more. It'd be more impressive.
He said, that's easy. It's all 4. It's all 4 number 1 seeds.
No. I'm not
Rewind.
gonna say it's
That
easy,
is what you
but
said.
it's less impressive than if like a 6 seed made it to the Final Four and
Yeah.
got that right. Is what I'm
True.
Yeah.
I guess.
It's all chalk.
Oh.
Obviously,
number
you
It's all
know.
the top seeds
Yeah.
that made it.
Well, how many times has that happened in history?
one. Only
more-
twice.
Yeah, it's true.
No, I mean with the 6 seed.
Oh.
Look, I'm not saying it's not impressive. Obviously, the
Yeah,
guy
what's the
makes a
lowest
living
seed
off.
I
to
mean,
ever
at
make the
12 beats
Final
a
Four.
5 every year. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe he's fucking magic. He's a wizard. I don't know.
I think he is, bro.
You know, I was more impressed with
He's
the
the
Jets
mentalist.
thing when he predicted that Mecole Hardman or whoever it was. Is that who
Oh,
it was?
yeah. He scored a touchdown.
Would score the winning touchdown in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that was impressive.
That was insane.
And it was against the Chiefs.
And he did that.
Jets versus Chiefs.
He did that before the season started.
Yeah.
What's the lowest seed to ever make a Final Four, do you
11.
think?
I know some stuff.
Lowest seed to ever win?
I'm gonna say 7.
13.
How? Lowest
I'm
seed was
guessing.
11 to make the
Oh,
Final Four.
lowest
How
seed?
would a 13
I thought you meant like who
win?
was the like longest shot to
I'm going to
win.
say a 5.
Well, no,
I just
know,
looked it up.
I know
Three.
UConn won. Is it UConn?
6.
No.
UConn won when they were 7. I don't know who.
It's 8, Villanova.
Oh.
1985.
Oh, I didn't know they were an 8.
Yeah.
Oh, the 1 year I didn't study it.
No, they beat Georgetown.
Did they?
I don't know. I hope so.
I
Say
I
it
think
wrong.
It must have been. Maybe that was the year after. I don't
Was
know.
Patrick Ewing on that team?
That's what I was going to say. I
Yeah,
think he was. I think 85.
Yeah, I know his stuff.
Yeah,
85
yeah.
was his first year in the NBA, I think. So that might not have been Houston.
He's still
I'll tell you
coaching
in a
Georgetown?
No,
I don't know. I
No.
don't think so. Yeah.
no.
Oh my God.
What?
Georgetown?
It was
Fucking A.
Georgetown?
Were you even alive?
No, it wasn't.
85?
It was Georgetown.
Ewing
Yeah, you
was-
were.
Ewing
No?
was no 87.
Oh.
That old.
Oh, I thought you were old.
Patrick Ewing was, he was on the team.
You're only
Captain.
Because that was his last year.
a year older?
Yeah, 87.
You look like shit.
What are you talking about? I don't look old.
Yeah, 85 was the last year. It was his first round pick.
First
Gold-
of all, that was
gold
with the
envelope.
that was with
The
the
most,
the,
most
cold,
rigged and
the cold envelope.
gold envelope.
Last good thing that's happened to the Knicks.
Yeah.
He still didn't win a championship.
Nope.
Ugly fuck. It's all right. No, I will. I think he might be my favorite.
Yeah. Who is he
Ever.
coaching? Who now?
Hmm?
Who is he coaching now?
He's not.
Oh, he's not. Oh, not coaching at all?
He's involved with the Knicks in some capacity, like a front office capacity or something. Do you see the Tiger Woods?
Oh, you want to go back to golf now?
Well, I don't know.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
No, I was going to
Ramble.
say, did you see the? Were you fooled by the April Fools?
No.
No.
Not even
Come on.
close.
Are you kidding?
Well, somebody was fooled, right? In the other chat, Mike Kelly,
Oh, yeah.
like it got him a little bit.
That wasn't good.
What is that?
I think
that wasn't good.
That wasn't good.
I think Brandon Tierney on the WFAN got fooled by it too.
Well, you got fooled about Fat Perez playing in
I did.
Live
You did?
for
That
Cam
sounded
Smith.
real, man.
Sounded
Why
real.
would
Man.
you think that would be real?
Sounded real, man.
Because Live's a joke.
Oh, like the Yankees. All right.
See?
But Liv is
Kill it.
coming out with the Duel.
The Duel.
The Duel.
Are you gonna watch it?
What is the duel?
I'd probably watch it.
Yeah, I'll probably watch it.
For the people who don't know,
The Duel
Me?
is Liv players with celebrity, I
Mhm.
guess.
Like
Well,
YouTube
influencers. Yeah.
creators.
okay, so
YouTube
it's like pro-am.
influencers. Yeah,
Yeah,
kind of like a pro-am.
Yeah.
Might be interesting.
God,
I think there's
depends
what,
on who the
there's
influencers are.
How many teams?
I have the
8?
I want to say 8.
entertaining guys. I think.
Yeah.
It's not gonna. I would think so.
See, I think it'll be better because they're used to being on YouTube.
Did
So
they say who they
actually-
are? Have they revealed?
I just
Yeah,
know
I
Fat
think I've
Perez and
seen like the matchup.
Grant Horvath and
the teams.
Phil.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're doing their own little YouTube.
Well, I know that, but they're
Sergio.
in
Yeah.
this.
I don't know who half these people are.
Read the list.
Do you think it came from that? The Phil and
Sergio
Grant?
Garcia,
Well,
George Bryan. Who's George Bryan?
He's one of the Bryan Bros.
Yeah.
Wesley,
Wesley
Bro.
Bryan's a
Bubba
pro.
Watson and Luke Kwan.
he's from Good.
Kwan's a
yeah, he's
is he a pro?
He's a pro. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Neiman and Rick Shields. Rick Shields is like a golf right?
YouTuber. He's like the biggest YouTuber in golf.
Phil Mickelson and Grant Horvath. Dustin Johnson and Wesley Bryan. He's one of the.
Oh, they'll win.
Yeah, he's a pro.
That team will win right there.
But he
And
didn't
Cam
even win
Smith
the
and
Creative
Fat Perez.
Challenge, though.
Yeah, he
Who?
played like shit in that.
Cam Smith and Fat Perez.
Yep.
So
No,
they're
it's probably
all
going to be Phil and
pretty
Grant
good golf.
winning.
Oh yeah, they're good too.
Actually, Luke Kwan's pretty good too. So, who's he playing
But
with?
Joey Coldcuts and
That's no.
Bob are going to be their commentator.
Oh,
Oh,
commentating.
okay.
I was like,
They're
they're
not
not
playing with
playing.
anybody.
No.
Who's Luke Kwan playing with?
Bubba Watson.
Ugh.
No.
He like almost died, right? A couple years ago, he got into a terrible car accident.
Luke
Bubba
Kwan?
Watson?
Yeah, he had to get like an emergency brain surgery. or
Really?
Yeah,
Holy shit.
it was after he started with Good, probably a year and a half ago.
I didn't hear about that.
I didn't hear about that either.
Like, I guess he's all good now.
I watch YouTube golf a lot.
I mean, I think he was playing not too long after that, so he's
Then-
pretty well recovered.
Then Liv is coming out with like their version of Full Swing too.
Are
Yeah,
they?
Yeah, I posted it in the group. Remember?
I didn't look.
yeah. The whole like
I was in a big rush to get here. They're just grabbing at. I think they're grabbing at a.
But we said when Full Swing came out, we would rather watch a Live version.
Sure, yeah. I don't know though. I feel like it's losing steam pretty fast. You know, the guys who are at Live are pretty much openly saying that they're going to leave after.
Yeah.
After their contracts are up, I think
They
that
are trying.
Live is kind. I don't know. They're not. They're not changing. They're not. They're not becoming. They're not improving fast enough. Basically, and they're running out of time.
I agree with that.
Once these contracts are up, then what are they going to do?
When these videos come out, they're not going to make people watch Live more. Like, I don't think even Full Swing made people watch the PGA more.
no.
Maybe
It
a
made
little
the
bit, but
diehards watch.
It probably wasn't a big difference maker. No. People who are
Good.
watching it are generally going
They
to be interested
want the
in it.
drama. That's
Yeah.
pretty much it.
Yeah, I don't know. Live is just pouring money in. Is this going to make them money?
I think it'll make them.
I think
They
it's
have
good money.
unlimited money,
Yeah.
so it doesn't really matter.
I think the duel's a good idea.
When
I
is that?
guess.
When is that?
Is it going to be like the match though? Shitty.
It's probably going to be better.
I think it'll be better.
Is it going to be on YouTube? I assume.
Oh,
Like the match kind of
yeah,
sucks
maybe.
because it's.
I'm
on,
sure it will be on
It's
YouTube.
on network, cable TV. So it's kind of watered down in terms of
Yeah.
what they can say.
Airing on YouTube April 5th.
Yep.
So that's it'll probably be a little better because they get to say whatever they want.
Yeah.
So do you know what streaming service this live version of Full Swing is supposed to be on and when?
No.
Definitely not
Gotta-
Netflix.
Gotta look that up.
Is
Imagine.
this true, though? There's an article. Is this accurate? It says that the PGA Tour reached out to the creators involved with Liv's duel and threatened them with potential future suspensions if they participated.
I read
in the
that, but
unsanctioned event, and then they pulled back.
They withdrew. I don't know how credible the source is.
Yeah.
But in any case, if
That's
that,
pretty lame.
if that did happen, it was withdrawn.
If that's
Yeah, I think that's pretty lame. Like you can't. There's nothing. You're not involved with PGA, so why?
Especially if they're looking to combine anyway.
It's like
They've been talking about that forever. I don't know if that's even going to happen. I think Liv is quickly becoming an afterthought. I don't even know if the PGA Tour is going to benefit from. They're not as much of a threat as they were
No,
a year or
No,
two ago.
definitely
You
not.
know, like why would PGA Tour even do that now? They're going to have all the top build guys back in a year or two.
I don't know. 'Cause
Yeah, I think the PGA's ratings going back up too.
Yeah, and the more the guys like Hovland and JT and the guys that Rory is having a career resurgence.
Mhm.
Imagine if he wins the Masters or something. Like the more
Yeah.
that those guys who draw the they draw the attention. If they're thriving, so will the PGA Tour, right?
Right?
I think so.
Right.
Am I right?
Right.
Right? Did you watch the TGL finals?
Go.
I didn't watch it. I don't know
I
who
did,
won.
uh,
Who won? Did it happen?
Yeah. I know. We
So
talked about that. I completely.
Atlanta won, right?
Atlanta won.
Yeah. So
Atlanta
I watched
Beat New York.
the last match. Apparently, it was the best out of 3.
It was.
which I didn't know.
Yes.
That's cool.
So I didn't watch the first 2 matches. So
No, wait. What was it? The first?
the best out of 3. They
Didn't they
won the
just win-
first 2.
Yeah.
They won the first one, and then they played the next day,
Okay.
and they won the second one.
Yeah.
That's when they won the best out of 3.
Oh, I thought you said you.
So they won
you
2 in a
I thought
row.
you said you didn't watch the first 2.
No, it was best out of 3. So they could have, if New York won, it would have went to, I think, Wednesday, I assume.
Gotcha.
But the
I
last
I know. What
the
you're saying
last
now.
couple holes were pretty fun to watch. It got pretty wild with the chips and
Yeah, to watch any.
the double
Yeah.
breaking putts.
So Horschel putt.
Yeah, the Horschel putt was insane because that was on a hammer throw.
Yeah, that was huge. But like I said, I kind of lost interest in it.
Yeah, and I feel like
Just
the
didn't really
play-
do it for me. I don't know.
It was interesting at first. I don't know.
It
I
was
feel like
different. Yeah, I
if
watched
I
the
was a
first one.
player, I would, even if they had a good season or if they won the championship, on the team that won the championship, I feel like it's probably just such a relief that the season's over now. They could focus on
Yeah,
the actual season. It's got to just be like such a, I don't know. Like
Listen, they were playing for money
And
though.
to
What
think-
was it? $9 million purse.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
not a small amount of
nothing
money, but
to
just the flying back and forth.
a lot of work,
and,
for
it's
sure.
got
and to think JT
it's got to be kind of a burden.
when he was in contention 2 weeks ago, and then had to fly back down to Florida,
Yep.
to play in the championship for the TGL for 2 days.
Yeah, that's brutal.
So going from that brutal of it wasn't really that brutal of a loss, but
I mean, listen, you're
he
flying,
did blow it.
When did
flying,
it start?
flying private.
What was when did
No,
the
I
season
understand that,
start?
It's not a bad
but
experience.
coming
January?
from
It's a lot of work.
you,
Yeah, it started
I mean,
January.
January. Yeah.
you lost a tournament, like
I know what
that,
you
and
mean.
then going to play some sim golf. In other words,
Maybe if
It's
it
not
started,
some sim golf. Play for millions of dollars.
I'm just saying.
maybe if it started in like early December and then ended a month and a half earlier, it'd be a little bit better.
They might start
it
it
needs to be
Yeah,
off
you
earlier.
season.
can tweak that. Yeah.
It needs to be the off season.
It's just I think it's too much.
'Cause it's inside. Like, who cares? It shouldn't be during some of these tournaments. Do you think it's too long? Too many weeks?
No,
Not really, but I
it's
think
pretty
for-
short. They did,
They
How many
played for,
matches
what,
they
2
have
months?
each?
It started
Like-
what?
what they have like 5 matches each, 6 matches.
It started at the end. Did it start at the end of January or middle
I
of
think it
January?
was sometime in January.
I don't remember when it started now.
What do they do with that whole facility now?
Oh,
I guess it just sits there. I don't-
Just sits there?
What are they
I'm
going to
sure
do?
we
Are
go
they going to
play there.
modify it and use it for something else?
X golf.
We rent it out.
Yeah, let's rent it.
That's where the X Golf Championship should be.
Yeah, let's go.
That would be cool.
Sweet.
I'm sure they'll use it for something, right? They gotta.
Thing.
Yeah, you could probably put on concerts there, right? Like a mini concert.
Maybe.
Yeah, I guess you
Small
could put
venue.
a
It's
small
1,500
floor
to
down.
2,000 seats, maybe.
Probably be good for like comedy.
Yeah.
It would-
It would be a good
yeah.
comedy club. Yeah.
That would be good because it's more intimate than like a theater,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but it's just like it could be like a bigger comedy club.
They got the lighting down. That's not.
Hmm.
It's not bad. Not a bad idea.
That's a good idea.
Will it kill Tony there?
We could kill Tony stuff. It just came out on Netflix, right? After
Kill Tony.
so.
He's a fucking big golfer. He loves golf.
Oh
Yeah. I heard a segment where he was talking to Rogan about it. Rogan says that he doesn't want to even try golf because everybody he knows who plays golf just gets addicted, and he thinks he would too. He doesn't have the time
It is
to
true.
dedicate to it. It is very addicting.
Um,
Did you see Stephen A. Smith? I think we talked about Stephen A. Smith and LeBron they had an altercation on the court a little bit where LeBron confronted him over, keeping Bronny's name out of his mouth. And then they've been going back and forth in the media since then. LeBron was on Pat McAfee, and obviously Stephen A. has his own show and his own platform to say whatever he wants. But he said something that kind of discredited most of what he says, I think, from now on, especially regarding this back and forth. And I said that I respected Stephen A. Last week, but when he says something like this, I can't really support it. He said if LeBron would have put his hands on him, he would have hit LeBron. LeBron would have
crushed you.
Done like what's the cartoon where he like hits somebody into the ground? And just go,
How tall is Stephen A?
Yeah. Not 6'8".
he's not he's got to be half the weight. He's like 20 years older. He's in his 50s, I think.
He's a clown.
Tries to jump to hit him in the face.
Like, what the hell are you gonna? If he would not budge.
No.
Guy is a brick shithouse.
Yeah.
Unless he kicked him in the dick or something.
He's a professional athlete. You don't think he'd have the reflexes to get out of the way? Some little old man trying to.
LeBron would mess him up.
I don't
There's
know.
no way.
Just a ridiculous thing to say.
If you're standing someone and like
Stephen
they
A.
just did a
Smith, what do you expect him to say?
swift punch to the dick.
I don't know nothing. You know?
Yeah.
You got to choose your
professional, at
battles.
least.
Like, maybe in a
It's
battle.
his job is to say
That's
crazy
true.
stuff.
Yes,
Stuff
I
like-
know. But
And LeBron's feeding into it.
in a battle of wits, he can win. He could use. I think he's better than LeBron at a lot of things, I'm sure. But physically,
There's no chance.
nobody's going to take you seriously if you say that.
Yeah.
Even if you're going for clicks, say something else. You
Yeah.
just kind of look like
He's trying to be manly, bro.
Trying to protect his son.
silly. No, LeBron
Stephen
was
A.
the one protecting
I
his
know.
son.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
You're right. I got it all the other way around.
Well, he's not going to say he's going to bitch out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
What you say?
Yeah.
Just gonna back
pussy.
down. Yeah.
I don't know.
If he touched me, I would have ran away.
Come on, man.
Well, then people would at least believe you.
I'm not a fan of either.
You
of
know?
them either.
I don't like LeBron. I'm not a big LeBron fan
I'm
either.
not a fan
but
of Stephen A. either.
I wish it happened. That
that
would
would
be
be
cool.
great.
That would have been funny. LeBron just
But-
kind of laughed it off. But all right, last thing, NFL. I think we covered all of the most of the free agent activity. Aaron Rodgers hasn't signed anywhere, right?
I
No.
don't believe so. No, still out there. Still waiting to make his decision.
Last episode,
his
we
retreat.
were wondering if he was going to go to the Giants. We weren't sure who the Giants were going to have under center this year.
He could still
We
go
got
to the Giants.
Jameis. I know. We're just going to
Just gonna
collect them all.
stack quarterbacks.
Stack,
You're
yeah.
going to draft
collect
yeah,
them.
shit
Who
or
knows?
You got
you guys are going to have 4
Dangerous.
quarterbacks.
Yeah.
They didn't have one. They had Tommy DeVito a week and a half
Yeah.
ago. Last
Now
time
they're
they
going to
met.
have 4.
And we're going to draft
Now
one,
they
too.
got.
5.
We're going to have 5.
It looked
Got Jameis.
for a few
Yeah.
hours. It looked like Jameis was going to be the starter.
Yeah.
Signed him for 2 years.
Now we got Danger Russ.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
did we talk about this?
We talked about Jameis.
We talked about Jameis.
I think we talked about Mr. Unlimited too.
we might have. Did we?
We did, yeah. So we must have already talked about it.
Mr.
Oh, yeah, because Russ he got signed like fucking...
That's right.
You did that
We
too
did.
well.
We did talk about
Watch a video.
Did we talk about Russ?
it. We did because I remember saying Mr. Unlimited.
Maybe it was prior to the signing though.
I
We
think it was-
brought it up.
Actually, we
Oh.
might not have talked about Jameis. I don't know.
In any
Mr.
case,
Unlimited.
they're both
I don't remember.
Unlimited.
Been slacking on the pods lately.
Yeah.
You know? A lot of time. A lot of life happening.
Yeah.
A lot of
So the
work.
Giants are going to draft Shador, whatever you pronounce it.
Shedor.
They're going to
Shooter.
sign
Shoot him again.
Rodgers.
Yep.
They already
and
have
then trade up in
Yep.
the end of the first to get Jackson Dart,
There you go.
Yes.
and we're just gonna field.
They're
And then they're going to
Two
keep
quarterbacks.
DeVito on
Yeah.
like some
Tommy D.
third string
That's kinda-
practice squad.
It's kind of bittersweet, kind of sad. It's the end of the Tommy DeVito.
Yeah, it definitely is.
saga.
We don't know that.
He's not going to get another chance.
Not with the Giants.
I don't think with anybody.
I mean, I hope.
I mean, listen, he
No,
will.
I think he'll get a shot with somebody else.
If they draft Hunter, the Giants, they draft Hunter, DeVito's their third stringer. He's definitely going to be on.
they're still
They're
going to
not
draft the
gonna-
quarterback, I think.
You think?
Yeah.
There's a chance that they won't.
If they draft Hunter,
I think I think it's in their best interest too. because-
I would love if they drafted Hunter,
Jameis,
then traded back in the first round and drafted Dart.
that's not a bad idea either.
Big
They
dart
should
guy.
do that. Listen,
You're the biggest dark guy.
I'm a big
Around.
Dart
it's
guy.
not
man.
their long term is not
Dude, he reminds me
Wilson
of
and
he reminds me of
Jameis, so-
Josh Allen.
Is he tall?
Yeah,
Is he
yeah.
big?
Yeah, and he runs.
He's partial to the name.
Yeah, he
as well,
runs.
but-
He runs a
Huh?
lot.
Oh,
He spells it with an X though.
he does.
He does.
But I'm a fan of Jackson Dart, bro.
I
Completion
am too,
percentage. He
He's a winner too.
fucking Ole Miss guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Beat-
Ole Miss.
destroyed
Eli, Can't
Georgia.
go wrong. Ole Miss.
Destroyed Georgia
That's the
last year.
Giants mentality.
Hmm.
And every
Sick.
year he's gotten better. That's huge. He's 3-year
Coachable.
starter.
He's just coachable. Yeah.
Huge.
I mean, I didn't think Shador's completion percentage was that good last year. He was in the 70s too. I thought he could run a lot more too. He can't run.
Hey, look at
Can't?
I don't know,
Shador
his
can't?
size. He's small.
Shador?
Yeah.
Is he? Well, he's skinny.
Skinny.
He's skinnier.
Yeah. And he doesn't run.
I'm shocked.
It's like an RG3.
How is he not
Yeah,
fast?
exactly. He's an RG3
Body
injury waiting
Yeah.
to happen every year.
Yeah, but RG3 ran.
Yeah.
He doesn't run. He's a pocket passer.
That's true. I don't think he's it.
It's especially considering how agile and mobile his dad was.
I know. Very shocking.
Like you would think that
And his other brothers are, well, his one brother's DB, right?
Shiloh, yeah, he's
Yep.
not very good though.
Oh, he's not good.
I don't think so.
He's a starter though.
Do you know that Dion? It's kind of fucked up, but it's also kind of funny. He ranks his kids like favorite,
Yeah,
or at least
number one.
favorite.
You're number one.
No, Shador's second, or last time it was, I think Dion Jr., who he didn't ascend to any competitive level of football, is his number one. favorite.
Is it really?
Shiloh is like his
Yeah,
least
Jr.
favorite.
Oh my god.
I'm sure that it's probably a joke. Maybe not though. I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure when you're a parent, when you have multiple kids, in your head you can rank them, but like
Yeah,
to actually be
yeah.
public about it,
Yeah, I think it's probably engineered to
It's
like
Deion Sanders. man.
instill.
He's
you know,
public
some
about
kind of,
everything
like,
he does.
to be competitive, like to instill.
Why do you think his name
competitive
is Prime
spirit,
Time?
like I could see it hard liking the second kid more than the first one. It's your first one.
That's true.
but- Who?
I could see it being hard
Oh,
to like
Oh,
your second kid over your first kid. What do you think? Who do you like better?
Ooh.
I-
Uh-oh.
I mean,
the same. What are you talking about? I do love them both. The
I mean,
same.
Charlotte's in like the potato stage, so
No,
she-
she's coming out of the potato stage. She's becoming more of a human.
she's a potato.
She
She's
smiles.
emerging.
She laughed for the first time not so
Or,
long ago. So
A slug stage, you know.
no, she's ascending. The first 2 months are like potato. You're just waiting for something to happen.
Yeah.
Now she's
Yeah, but she's still just sitting there doing nothing.
got to chase her around. She smiles at you at least.
Yeah, still a smiling potato.
Yeah.
Mr. Potato.
There's potato. You got to go to work soon, huh?
Yeah, I gotta go
Right.
to work. Man,
I have one thing to end on. It's not a would you rather, but it's maybe like a
Would you rather?
food.
That
for
was
thought.
poor. That was poor.
food for thought.
It wasn't a real one.
It's a question
Food.
to.
Food for thought.
Yeah, just that's pretty good.
That was pretty good.
You got food? Bubba's?
Hungry.
Okay, I
Hungry
saw this
hippo.
on the internet. I think I
Hungry
saw
for
it
your
on-
thoughts.
You guys might have saw it too. I don't know.
In a world.
I don't want to take.
You guys might have seen this too.
In a world where Kennedy
Oh god.
bad.
Takes a shower.
What? What is
In a
with this
world.
shower thing? I don't understand where you guys get this from.
In a world where Kennedy
In a
cleaned
world.
himself.
What the fuck? Like
Where Kennedy pays his bills.
Oh, that's what it was.
pays my bills. Yeah, that's what it was.
Forgot about that.
I thought it was take a shower.
That's going back to season one,
Season one.
right? I want to go back and find what episode that was from. That might have been one of the top
Yeah, for
one of
you.
the top moments.
Yeah, that was a good moment.
Yeah, everyone's top 10's different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was a pretty bad episode.
When
in my
Kennedy could fit things on his lap.
opinion. Yeah, when I was 60 pounds lighter.
So I'm not going to take credit for this because I didn't think of it, but I saw it on the internet. Maybe you guys did too. Would a 25-year-old scratch golfer make the PGA Tour if he had unlimited time, resources, equipment, fitness coaching, and world-class teaching? If you just
If
picked
a
up-
scratch
If you're
golfer?
scratch,
if you
25 years
if you
old.
start if you're scratch at 25,
okay.
Will they
Um,
make it?
would he make it?
Wait. Say that one more
I
time.
mean,
Would a 25-year-old scratch golfer make the PGA Tour if given unlimited time, resources, equipment, fitness coaching, and world-class teaching?
I think so.
I think so too.
People are saying that's too.
Too late.
It was kind of divided.
Oh, like you need to be like,
but
in
you
a
have to be
as a
bred in
teenager?
order to ascend to that level of competition. You have to be bred pretty much to be.
I don't think so. I think 25 is young enough.
But you're not a
scratch,
10.
Yeah, you're scratch. But if you stack up a scratch golfer against any pro,
I understand
they're
that
gonna get
now
exposed really
without
fast.
all that shit.
yeah.
But if you give them all that
But
shit,
it just shows you how far apart it is. It's like, have you ever seen Brian
but you're
Scalabrine?
you're comparing
I just
to
knew
the
you were going
top
to say that.
compared to the guy who barely has his card.
Still, it's like, have you ever seen Brian Scalabrine play high
Oh.
school players, college players, street ballers who call him out because he was, he's self-deprecating because he was like one of the worst guys in the NBA. He at his height, he wasn't even that bad, but he's kind of like a joke, like a laughing stock because he didn't really do much in the NBA.
He's the white mamba.
And then every single
I see what you're
person that
saying.
challenges him, he beats 11-0, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
he's famous for saying, "I'm closer to LeBron than you'll ever be to me."
Mm.
And it's sort of the same thing. A scratch golfer. How many scratch golfers are there in the world? If you put one up against the worst professional golfer, they're going to be exposed for just how big that disparity is between the two.
Yeah.
Two totally different world classes. So even if you're starting at scratch, obviously
Yeah, but you're
pretty high
that's
up.
not the
but
question though.
No,
It's not just a scratch golfer versus it's
no. I
it's you're
understand.
given like all this
But
infinite.
the point I'm trying to make is even you're 25 already, and you still have.
So by 29, 4
It's-
years of all that stuff, you don't think?
I think you're underestimating how high, how steep that hill to climb is.
I don't know. I think
I think
it's very
with
possible.
all the
Already?
resources,
All the technology,
available,
all the clubs.
within 10 years, you can somehow qualify and make the tour.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
I think
there's
so.
no way you won't.
I
Without
think-
going to work,
I at
and
least
you're going
think
out
it's
on the
a-
course every
You don't
day.
have to worry
and
about
just-
anything else but golf for
Yeah.
that time period.
I at least think it's a good question.
Yeah.
It,
I think
also,
there's a chance. How's
it
it
definitely depends on the person. Like some,
I see your side of it,
Mhm.
where the best amateur
I th-
would get smoked by the worst pro.
I think it's possible, but
Like even like these pros now, they didn't have all that stuff when they were growing into that 5 years. So like they could have been scratch.
that's true. It kind of speeds up the process. You're saying having
Yeah, you
more
have nothing to
resources at
do
your
but
disposal than you
focus
would
on
have
that.
had.
Having nothing
It
to
could have
worry
took them
about.
until 25 to get the scratch.
Not
anyway.
one time in their life have they have nothing to worry about.
But if it takes you
besides
till
golf.
25 to get
So
the
you're pro.
scratch, you were just. I don't think you were going to get there.
You're
Yeah,
telling-
but
he's planning on making the senior tour,
Yeah.
so
but
we're going to see what happens.
You also have a full-time job, and you're not
No,
fully invested.
I'm not
in,
talking about me personally.
No, I'm saying, but at 25, you had all this shit, stuff before that. Now, all you have to do is focus on golf and all the stuff that you just said you're going to be giving me.
Yeah, I don't know the answer. I think it's an interesting. Obviously, it's hypothetical.
I think you're going to make the PGA Tour. Maybe not win.
I don't think it's just a no. It's definitely not just a no. It's a
Yeah, I mean,
if you have a couple of years and then maybe there's like stipulations, like
I think it's a good question.
the thing holding back.
But I don't think it's conclusively yes or no. I think it's
I can agree with that too. It's definitely not a no, but it's definitely not a definite like 100% because he's 25. I do. Maybe you won't.
It goes by the person's personality too.
how hard they work. Their
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess.
just-
Yeah.
But I would say a major
natural inclination.
a major barrier once you get to a certain level is if you're just a regular guy, time.
Right.
That you can only you've dedicated obviously a lot of time, and you have a natural ability if you're getting to be a scratch golfer as it is. Right now, I'm not saying you could just all of a sudden be a pro if you didn't have to worry about anything else, but that's like a significant benefit to not have to worry about anything else and just keep working on golf.
Yeah, it's a big. That's
Um,
time and money. I guess are probably the two biggest barriers. And if you don't have to worry about that, obviously
Yeah.
it makes it a lot easier.
and it's not like any other sport where you need to be just naturally genetically gifted of being tall to be a basketball player or whatever.
I don't. But
just
also
need
think about how
time.
many kids are pretty much bred to be golfers. They have the privilege of unlimited resources from a young age, and they get to scratch much earlier. They're already at that big of an advantage. There's probably quite a few people like that too,
Yeah.
that you're really kind of at a disadvantage against. Probably more than the amount of people that are on tour.
Mhm.
If you look at it that way.
Like I said, it definitely depends on the personality.
Yeah.
your
It's all-
body type
golf is
too.
all in
yeah.
here too. You could take, give everybody the same ability and skill set, talent, but like golf is the most mental game there is.
Yeah.
Look at these guys who are world class guys, and all of a sudden they
Fall apart.
fall off.
Mm-hmm.
Something's happened. I don't know what. They can't get out of their own
Hovland
head.
went from 4 to
you know.
70.
Nothing else changed in their game. I mean, their thought process, something in their brain.
Yeah, and if you've never been there, you don't even
Yeah.
know that you could do it. You don't even
Yeah.
have that confidence in the back of your mind that's kind of feeding you drive.
Yep.
So that's going to make it even harder.
Just depends. Then you get like fucking guys in like MMA too. They'll start late. Yoel Romero started fighting MMA at 36.
Wow.
Yeah.
So like,
I mean, that is crazy.
That is crazy.
I would
Also,
argue
fight
that is
guys-
easier
He was
to do
also a
than
freak
to
because
turn
he's also
to pro golfer later
a
in life.
gold medal
Fight
wrestler
guys.
and stuff
Yeah.
like
10,
that. but-
10 years, 12
Definitely
years
less
younger than
people who are aspiring to make it to UFC, I would think.
For sure.
I don't know. There's a lot of people. dude.
There's more people
Well,
trying to be pro golfers than there are professional fighters.
It is
I don't
growing in
know.
popularity.
I think
No,
so.
that's
There's a lot of fighters, dude.
I'm not arguing that there's not a lot of fighters. I just think overall,
Yeah.
golf is much bigger in terms of people.
with colleges and all that. They all have.
it's
True.
UFC is everywhere too, but golf is a global.
Yeah, but
Everybody everywhere is playing golf.
UFC too, like you have more normal people trying out than if you go to college for golf or something.
I think.
Sure. I mean, golf's just been around for forever. UFC still is exploding and growing. Over time, maybe there'll be more and more guys.
Mhm. Yeah, think about it. Look how MMA's only been around for how long? Golf has been around forever.
Very true. All right, I gotta go to work.
Cool.
You guys are good, right?
Yeah, man.
Done.
Here.
Follow the Instagram, follow the TikTok, subscribe to the YouTube. Till next time, carry on.